Another wonderful day, another fine day, and we get together and we have conversations. We get together and we talk. We get together and we talk about things that matter to us, things that are important, things that are shaping our community, things that are of interest. One of them is football. And like I said yesterday, and we'd always talk on for this channel. For so many years, football has been used. Football has been used to control our people, to manipulate our people, uh, to carve our people, to shape our people. And it's good enough for us to start having conversations about football, start not really impacting, but start to just have these conversations and educate our people. Um, with the coming of Samuel Eto'o to Fika Food, one thing I've learned is that so many people are ignorant about football. So many people don't even know how things work for football, things happen around the football milieu. So sometimes, and though they want to, though they don't know anything, they still feel like they have a right to argue. They still feel like, yeah, it's okay for me to dispute this or to dispute that or to yeah. So we decided we are going to start having this conversation, not just to educate people, but also to learn. We want to learn. We want to know what's happening. We want to understand what is happening. Especially because I know a lot of a few people. I know a lot of people though they get very deep knowledge about football, and they're passionate. These are not just persons who read, who go read thing there or go watch. No, na people they read from experience. They don't dey follow football. I go bring in my brother. And when I bring in my brother, I beg. I want you on a clap. I want you on a shout, 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 shout. Boss, when you do work and so that network with the shake. Oh. Yeah, that place they fine. That place they fine. I don't know if you get cheer around it. You dey get me?
Yeah, I get you. 10 on 10.
Yeah. You see, the network go start shake. When you do work and so the network go easily shake. Just find some one place. Yeah, that place they fine.
Lights are not there
No,
for a
no.
2D.
Oh Lord.
So if I day house, I mean the image no clear.
No, this is good though. This is good, and I think so for
I think
outside.
I think we
It,
communicate so.
yeah, it is okay, and I feel like the network go even better for yourself. How far? How you dey do?
No, not bad. We thank God. Every
And
new day a blessing.
maybe lie every new day na na really blessing, especially for that part. I think the only that part of the world. Or some people feel like we would dey a task or it easy. Na lie. It not really be easy that way. Now true say the opportunities they dey for here, but it's crazy out there also. Now whether way you see some person and some other person, two family members, now neighbors, but they go for weeks without seeing each other. While we wait the other guests, them, I think so we'll jump into the conversation. I think I sent you a flyer. And sorry to every person that's watching. We put out the flyer late because I came back yesterday tired. I finished do the flyer. I sent them for you, and then instead of me for post that one for Facebook, I crash. Okay, it did like network don't freeze. Yeah, but for those who they saw the flyer, the few minutes we'll post them, few minutes ago we'll post them. It kind of like show you the topics that we'll address them. We'll talk mostly about football on yesterday and today. Yeah, beside talking about football yesterday and today, we'll talk about players, we'll talk about presidents, we'll talk about coaches, we'll talk about. Okay, Baba, you don't come back. Yeah, so you be see the flyer I sent over you, and the topics
The
them.
line, I don't know why for I need to get you. I need to get you well. I don't know. Now my network or waiting.
Not probably your network. But by the way, those who that watch, if you guys can hear me very well, I beg when I just comment for make sure see the volume is okay. Let's see. Yeah, I might not conclusive in your network. Might just make sure see my sound today okay.
Because you know, saying Wi-Fi safe. Another problem that Wi-Fi better. Surprising mobile data safe. I fit talk for the 5 minutes.
Any person will watch, please, guys. For those who are watching, can you hear me well? Can you hear me clearly? Because he's having difficulties. Any person who's watching, can you guys hear me?
Well, I know it gets you well. I'm surprised the mobile data safe. I fit talk for the 5 minutes.
Okay, Eno say the Grand True Lion say the here we find. So I don't know, probably for your side. True Lion, if you did available, I will send you link also. Maybe join a big. We want to talk about football. We want to talk about football yesterday and football today. We want to talk about players yesterday. We want to talk about president yesterday and president today. We want to talk about supporters yesterday and today. I don't know for those who see the flyer. True Lion, I beg, if you're available, send me a message or WhatsApp and send you the join. Baba, more start football. At least you be person we run the Fulham for some time. Yesterday and today, how you think about football for Cameroon?
Yeah, football yesterday and today. You know, again, my one statement what I ever tell you. Our football na just reflection for our society. Yesterday, I see some article where I see article for classification of World Airlines and Cameroon be the number. Cameroon Airlines be the number 6 for world classification. Yeah, be the number 6 for world classification.
Back in the days or now? Okay.
Yeah, I think that late 1970s. Yeah, late 1970s. So you see say standards then they drop for all things, be it football, health sector, academics, and everything. You understand? So now our society they reflect so all things the fall, all things the drop. You understand?
Yeah.
So coming to football, for like me at True Lion because yesterday.
Yeah, it will join. I don't send any link.
Hello,
yeah.
Hello, Baba. Asia.
Yeah, some mix of little time.
Maestro.
Okay, I'll intervene tomorrow.
I do poor communication for time. So you be fishing at 9 for Cameroon time.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So
maybe fishing at 9 for Cameroon. However, we'll manage and the wolf manage them.
Yeah, we'll
next time we'll. But by the way, thank you for wanting to do this with us, man. Yeah, Azombi don't tell me a lot about you. And that is the one thing where most of we already do. Like-minded people that they get love for the game, people that they get passion.
Exactly.
You see how we regroup. What are not for my platform? What are not for Arise Victoria? Arise Network? What are not for this Ajapi platform? What are not for football entertainment? But we will think the same. I'm really glad to don't find that place they will meet up with from time to time.
Exactly.
We'll get these conversations. Yeah, as long as we talk something.
Yeah, just as we talk, the football back then and then now. Me and True Lion will get some exchange under some post where we talk about government's commitment.
Yeah.
You be the say things that will be structured then.
Yeah.
How can be getting automatically? I just an example. Players then for this team, be them for the company. Where me say they get their monthly salaries them.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you see say, yeah, they be paid. Power cam, CDC to don't get team, DevCam.
DevCam.
You get Yeah,
Congo
Saint-Pierre don't get
strikers,
team prévoyant.
Yeah,
Yeah, Saint-Pierre don't get team total. I remember they can play on Interpol for Boya.
yeah,
They can play on Interpol. So yeah, I think they lost to Free Boys. And guess what?
And Paul,
Most of that guys that get choice for work for the
yeah,
continue your career or you dey play the work. When me say your salary is there assured. So if you see
yeah,
say people
exactly.
nobody complain that time say they dey pay. When me say it was
You get
properly
Paul,
structured.
you get and Paul to Oduala no.
yeah,
Yeah. So you get 10 pairs. You be get even taxation don't get team Empo FC they are only. Yeah.
And Paul,
I think their motto be if you love football, pay your taxes. You understand?
exactly.
So you
Wow.
see, say each sector, all these companies, them they be get teams them properly managed. But as we speak, now one company get team we stand the test of time we they create them for late 80s, early 90s, Cotton Sport. And not just a model of administration. It don't stand the test of time. So you see say now a problem with management. We need to manage what things them. So things were properly managed then. Now we need to manage things them. Because I trust me say even then the people will keep the players them.
yeah,
Back then, you did clubs that if you manage, even like Canon, you will get hands the way you need Siam for
yeah,
Canon. But that
Exactly.
time, I beg I not be feel envy for leave Cameroon go play ball for Bush. Because we get all team we get them. Yeah,
yeah,
you understand? They be the pay. We get the best players then for yeah, because all team, every condition be they fine. We will be the insta go bring stars them, go bring George Weah them, where they can play for yeah. Just where they
Exactly.
come on here, go instead, go explode for Europe. Where
Yeah.
you show say, wait till we be the problem. If they properly organized back then. So
Yeah.
when we talk of football for yes, then and today, you get a proper.
Yeah, I think the network don't break small. Richmond, what do you
Yes.
think about football back then and football now? Yeah,
Exactly. Just as Zones with the talk, I feel say an issue of management and taking responsibility, right?
yeah,
Because I don't know when we go from time when team they be properly managed, president they put money inside team, president they find financing them and left and right for support their team, to when president they sit down now the way me federation give them they call it waiting subvention. I don't know when we move from that time where empower them and prevoyance them and all the students. Even the team that will not be backed by government companies.
yeah,
You get football strikers where a man that be the manager.
yeah,
Football strikers no get problem.
yeah,
They will pay the player them. They will play Ebola. If you ask, you know Ebola.
yeah,
Ebola they get salary them. They get salary. They advantage them. When they be playing, they people they envy them for what they be do for Congo strike. I don't know when we leave from that time to now. We are going to every morning. I see president they cry with social media to never pay subvention. They know the fair run team with subvention. Subvention no be when season one start. If we want to go do big team, when season one start, we put subvention. Subvention no be revenue, major revenue stream. You know be the way subvention will pay salary. And I'm saying you be the initially plan for doing a how.
yeah. And that is something we keep telling people where some of the persons there they start watch football now today or where they start follow football now today. They look and they say the craze because
Exactly. Like
a business first of all. Now a business where you go for get your capital and everything. Now if you want to do it for love, like that part they do back in the days, make sure you already get your money for pumper inside. Now
exactly.
they just come as some small support for
Yes.
yeah. So with subvention or not, and even though they say nowadays they don't want to give them the subvention, they don't give them a simple procedure for follow. Pay your player.
Forget the subvention.
Yeah, pay a player through a system. Show we
proof.
accountability. Yeah, show we proof.
Then we pay a subvention.
we finish pay a subvention. It means that they take you so small, and then but you just say you think say now because back in the days, like you talk, it seems like it was more of love for the game, love for the country. People wanted, because I remember how the grow. Mawe is sent for school. Now Mawe, you know, if you know me, is so rest in peace. Come back, Jav. Now man,
Imagine.
He just see me play boy, just liking me. He just say, you know what, I will sponsor the picking for any level you want to go for school.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't know if I say now love for the game and love for our community, it don't shift a little bit, and now more of we find our money now, so avenue for making money. What do you think?
I feel the mindset don't change. I feel the mindset don't change, you know, because people will be, I think people will be more responsibility that time. But they think now, even now, even if you want to make them okay, you want to make them your way for find money, right?
Yes.
You not really find money that was subvention. No, you get money there for football, but if you invest more, you more money than the subvention where you don't wait a minute. You understand?
Very, very true.
Like if you invest for player, you sell one player, even in North Africa or South Africa, you'll get money where you know even if it depends on that subvention.
Yeah.
So if it's in a mindset don't change it, and they put in the money and they come with like I don't know, they come with some different mindset. So that mindset with that will part they get them.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? I just put in a mindset leave will change. Because I don't tell anything where I will go every morning. President of a club will declare subvention. Subvention not be discussed. Even give a cap up when you talk about financing your club. It shouldn't. Then I run up with subvention. Don't you want that year? You start here waiting to show your account. How you run the how you manage the year with them. You know me subvention for pay salary. You know for this one.
It's crazy. Tula, welcome.
Yeah,
welcome
good morning.
to Lion.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Already start. I don't think so. You need introduction again for this platform.
Yeah.
We talk about football yesterday and today. I don't know, for some reason I feel me like a lot of things that don't change. But first of all, what is your take on football back in the days and football now? How you see them?
As I don't hear when I talk, football is actually a business, right? Which means a lot of operations where they support football back in the days, like when I don't call PWD, when I don't call Kotong Sports, so the Kotong way still happen. A lot of them don't actually go out of business, you know, and they have taken the football actually down together with them. But the problem, I say, football never adjusts because there's nothing in life is constant, right?
Yeah.
Very difficult is time to find different way how to rule and govern our football. And football back in the days was looking good because corporations were the foundations of the teams. They were supporting the teams in the communities. Nowadays, some of those corporations don't go out of business, but we know about restructure our football in such a way to reflect the current situation. That's why football nowadays is actually struggling. And then you see different countries like I like taking the example of Tanzania. No one knows about Tanzania. If you talk about football, things of Tanzania. Tanzania has a better league than Cameroon. Why?
Absolutely.
We need to start doing research about the country and understand how Tanzania actually built a system. Uganda is also coming up. Kenya is also coming up. So those are countries that actually see that they are working within themselves and they are finding a solution to actually move their football. Because keep in mind, Cameroon, people started hearing about Cameroon football like late 60s, 70s, you know. So we were like a small fish in the pond. Then we exploded. But as I said, it's not a constant. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, one might be talking about Cameroon if we don't do something about it. You know, so
of
it's high
course.
time.
Because
yeah, go ahead, Richmond.
Sorry, for support True Lion, you know, it was unheard of that a player will leave Cameroon and go to play in Tanzania. It's like a few years ago, like you know, it happened. They would see a player, they would see Balende come over here to go play with Tanzania. It shows you football get serious issue will need to solve them. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't add that with Chula you talk.
Very true. Very true way to you talk. Very true way to you talk. The fact say we play as they come on now, they go na Angola, Zimbabwe, and now we best player them. It shows say those leagues they be better, paid, organized, and everything. Now whatever we play, they go for day. And
Absolutely.
also, another thing we don't notice now say we play they even come up for year as top scorers. They go for day, they didn't even play. It means the level for the game also maybe a bit better for that side. But True Lion, I want to ask you the follow-up question. What do you think don't change between yesterday and today? Because yesterday we saw so many people investing in football. What are companies, what are individuals? We see people that are Panja, like Kwandem, Pa Young for Bamenda, the man for Kumbo. I don't say Kumbo be getting married be there for Amity Bank one time. Tasha. We get all these people then where besides companies they be put in their individual money. What do you think they don't change? Now law for the game don't drop or wait till it happen? Wait till it happen.
Families don't become wiser, right? Especially if you talk about a guy like a Fayez, right?
Yeah.
Those families actually went bankrupt because of football. So people have learned from that. People don't want to put their money in football, especially in a country that the government doesn't actually protect the interests of these people who actually put their money in football. It's like a business, right? So if you see that the business is not profitable, people are going bankrupt when they spend their money in football. Why spend your money? Then also the talent is not there because football has actually gone from being just like what people do as a pastime, right? Now, like yesterday, I was talking about grass pitches in communities. Why grass pitches? We need more fields around so that kids can actually develop that love. Maybe we need pitches maybe in high school. We go to high school now, there's some high school who don't even have football pitch. So where do kids actually play? Where do you promote? So the talent, which is the product, has actually gone down. There's no talent in Cameroon. We are not developing good talent. So that's why you see that we struggle nowadays. Told a friend, right? We are just from the international weekend is gone. It comes back maybe, I don't know, is it June, July, something like that. So we are not thinking about football in Cameroon until then, when Fika Food and the minister and maybe you
start fighting.
That's not football at all.
Innocent, bienvenue.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour Innocent.
On parlait un peu du football d'avant et d'aujourd'hui. Que pensez-vous du football camerounais avant et aujourd'hui?
Qu'est-ce qui a changé?
Qu'est-ce qui a changé?
Il y a quelques années.
Oui, en fait, le monde évolue, le football également. Vous savez, tout est évolué, tout est dilué avec l'avènement de ce qu'on a appelé la mondialisation ou bien globalisation. Tout le monde peut faire comme tout le monde. Donc, on veut s'arrimer à une façon, je dirais, occidentale de faire les choses. Donc, le football du Cameroun des années 70, 80, 90, c'est pas le même football que nous pratiquons aujourd'hui. Et d'ailleurs, ce n'est même pas le même football qu'en Europe on pratique. Donc, cette métamorphose, ce changement-là s'est imposé dans tout le monde entier. Et je veux dire, le modèle occidental est le modèle que tout le monde veut copier maintenant. Donc, si je regarde par le passé, on avait un championnat qui vivait très bien. On avait des championnats en Afrique qui vivaient très bien. Il y a des joueurs, je veux dire, la plupart des joueurs de l'équipe nationale sortaient du championnat local. Donc, on avait à peu près 3 ou 4 joueurs qui venaient de l'Europe pour renforcer l'équipe. Vous voyez un peu. Donc, mais le football a changé dans le sens que le nôtre, au lieu d'être encadré pour que ces équipes qui tenaient l'environnement du football là continuent de tenir, de former et de compétir, on a plutôt laissé, comme quelqu'un disait un peu hier, la politique entrer dans le football, utiliser le football comme une arme politique et on s'est éloigné bien évidemment des fondamentaux, c'est-à-dire de la formation de nos joueurs, de l'encadrement de nos championnats pour passer professionnel. Vous voyez, avec le temps, les championnats qui se jouaient pratiquement chaque année avaient des gros débits comme on avait à Yaoundé, par exemple,
Canon Tonnerre.
Canon Tonnerre. À Douala, on avait Union Astre, c'est même une nouvelle équipe.
Union Caïman, avant.
Vous voyez? Et maintenant, on a perdu cet engouement-là, je ne sais pas, avec la politique et nos dirigeants, les dirigeants du football qui se contentaient maintenant plutôt au lieu de développer le foot, ils se mettaient plein les poches. Bien sûr, et maintenant, les joueurs qui ne se sentaient plus encadrés cherchaient seulement la voie de sortie. Ça veut dire qu'on a perdu beaucoup de talent. Que si on avait gardé nos infrastructures, on avait continué à bâtir nos infrastructures sportives, même les infrastructures d'encadrement, ce qu'on n'aurait pas de problème d'aller négocier ou bien supplier les binationaux. C'est les binationaux même qui seraient venus toquer à la porte. Donc, le football a évolué et nous sommes éloignés de nos réalités. Parce que, je dis toujours, le football africain est différent du football européen. Le football brésilien est différent du football le football sud-américain est différent du football africain. Donc, chacun doit venir avec ses spécificités et quand on se rencontre à une Coupe du Monde, il y a choc. Mais maintenant, si tout le monde veut jouer comme les Européens, les Européens vont toujours nous dominer. Donc, il faudrait qu'on revienne à nos bases, on revienne à cette période où on tenait nos joueurs, on les formait et puis on les faisait aller à l'équipe nationale pour défendre nos couleurs.
True Lion, in as much as one of the things that everybody complain right now a lot now, the players also. Back in the days, like Ineos and Jokomo Foto, we had players who were playing from Canon, Tonnerre. They even picked some people for Kamakumba, PWD Kumba, PWD Bamenda, and all these places. And when they go represent the national colors, they did so well. However, nowadays, the money they pay players, they not add professionalism, all this training equipment. Like it seems like things that don't get better today for make the players more talented. But the talent for our community is daily the talent not instead reduced as compared to back in the days. What is the issue?
It's because we lack a grassroots structure. We lack because yesterday I was telling you guys about fields, right? Grass fields in villages all around the regions. That should have been the focus of the Cameroon government instead of trying to organize African Nations Cup because we're not ready. Cultural-wise, we're not ready. Talent-wise, we're not ready. And there's a lack of people actually going to the field. So however, we do focus our resources and build a grassroots system. We will see kids coming from Garwa going into the national team. We'll see kids actually coming from Bisamabang, from Alabukam, all regions of Cameroon, because there are kids in those villages who want to play football. However, they don't have the basic facilities. Like I was giving an example of the United States. You know, just by my house, not even 5 minutes, I have a high school or private high school. You go look at their page. Every time I drive by over there, let's say around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., there's a bunch of kids playing football. Not even talking about American, I'm talking, okay, let me call it soccer. There's a bunch of kids playing soccer. And this is a nation that we do say don't get football. However, their grassroots system is well alive because that's where, in order to feed the league, right? Because you're talking about league, you're talking about this, your Canon, Tonnerre, and all that. Back in the day, we had these kids who go and play just for the love of the game. So you could love. But nowadays, we don't develop our talent. From the younger stages, we don't develop our talent to such a way that they can feed the league and it can be better. Because if the product is there, if we have talent, guess what? People will look at that as an opportunity to invest money, you know. And when you invest money in players, guess what? If they can see that, because football is psychological, if they can see that they can earn living, honest living, playing only in Cameroon, then you start seeing fans going back to the stadium. It will be like, you know, trickle down, it will trickle up. You know, you will see the product getting better. You will see derbies getting better. You will see fans going. You will see more money coming into the league. So we need to focus from grassroots, go to the league. When the league is good, local players will be able to compete with professional players, and that's when you see the national team have more consistency as far as results is concerned.
You know, saying d'après moi, même les supporters, il paraît que les supporters d'avant, c'était les fanatiques. Donc, ils suivaient les clubs partout, ils connaissaient les joueurs, ils connaissaient tout le monde. Mais aujourd'hui, on voit les gens qui veulent parler du football. Il paraît qu'ils ont commencé à regarder le football quand Eto'o est devenu président. Ils ne connaissent rien. Ils ne connaissent même pas les équipes. Ils n'ont même pas affilié dans une équipe. Ils ne connaissent rien du football. Mais ils veulent parler du football. Alors qu'avant, on avait les supporters que quand tu entends Gando Piquet, il était supporter du football. Il n'avait pas un club. Lui, il avait certains joueurs, Roger Mila, telle personne. Il pouvait marcher de Boya jusqu'à Yaoundé pour regarder les matchs. Je me rappelle, une fois, il y avait les menés Interpol. Depuis le but, il y avait les gens qui partaient de Kumba jusqu'à Boya en pied pour regarder le match depuis le but du Kumba. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé maintenant? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé pour que ça change? Avant, on avait les supporters qui connaissaient les joueurs, qui connaissaient les équipes, et ils supportaient même les joueurs. Donc, ils donnaient les primes, ils donnaient l'argent, il invitait les joueurs à venir chez eux manger des trucs comme ça. Mais maintenant, la plupart des supporters maintenant sont seulement aux réseaux sociaux pour insulter et dénigrer les joueurs. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé d'après toi?
Comme je vous ai dit tout à l'heure, le monde a évolué. Maintenant, on a les réseaux sociaux qui ont donné la parole à tout le monde. Maintenant, à l'époque, si tu n'étais pas un vrai fanatique du football, tu n'allais pas parler du football parce que pour parler, il fallait aller au stade. Vous comprenez un peu? Il fallait se lever pour aller au stade. Maintenant, quelqu'un ne connaît même pas comme les ambiances du stade. Il s'assoit, il a son smartphone, il dit ce qu'il a envie de dire et ça passe. Mais revenons. Le football a été, je ne sais pas, les dirigeants du football à un certain moment ont voulu soit ou changer d'objectif ou mettre de la politique au-dessus de tout. Et ça a gâté l'engouement, ça a d'abord cassé l'engouement qu'il y avait les supporters. Les supporters venaient pourquoi? Pour deux choses. Le spectacle qu'il y avait au stade, c'est-à-dire on avait des matchs engagés. Ce n'était pas les matchs que tu viens, tu vas t'ennuyer, tu t'asseyais au gradin, il y avait une tension palpable. Je me rappelle, je crois que j'avais assisté à un derby canon-tonnerre au stade de Amadou Ahidjo de Yaoundé. Mais l'électricité au stade, c'était autre chose. Les gradins bougeaient même. Et c'était un match à haute tension. Donc, vous voyez ce genre de match où tu vois l'engouement des supporters là. Mais on a commencé par casser le tonnerre. Le tonnerre a commencé à faire une chute, à descente aux enfers. Après, le canon également. Après, tout le championnat qui a commencé à subir. Dès que les dirigeants ont commencé plutôt à se mettre plein dans la poche que d'investir dans le développement du football. Donc, et ça a cassé également l'engouement des supporters. Et c'est l'une des missions que l'actuel l'actuel exécutif de la fédération s'est donné, c'est-à-dire ramener le beau spectacle au stade et ramener le public au stade. Pour qu'on essaye, parce qu'on oublie aussi que faire venir le public au stade, c'est rapporter de l'argent au club, c'est les recettes, les tickets d'entrée, le merchandising qu'on organise à côté, l'achat, les ventes des maillots, les gadgets et toutes ces choses-là. Donc, c'est comme ça que doit vivre le football. Mais à un certain moment, nos dirigeants ont perdu l'objectif du football de vue et ils se sont lancés dans la politique.
Richmond.
Yes.
What do you think about the fact that back in the days we had some wonderful players, especially people who were coming from local leagues, Canon, the PW Kumba, yet they will play for that high level, they will play for a national team, they will go World Cup, they produce some really good results. Contrary to nowadays when we have all these infrastructure, all these new development techniques, this and that, yet we get challenges for even win games. Then when we win games for World Cup, we celebrate. Wait, you know, yeah.
Yeah. So the main issue, I think, is foundation, right? We need to take time to scout the player, then to nurture the player. Then the one way we even scout them, we need to take time to nurture them. But all money, right? Then I say I want to go Europe. You understand?
Yes.
So the foundation not there. Truly, I talk about infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure is down We need scouting network where you go inside the next and training and the village them. Find the picking where they play ball, nurture the talent because the talent usually if you don't nurture them, you still are out prematurely. They'll go lost for Europe. You understand?
Yeah.
Nurture the talent for you, and then if they want to go, we don't develop, fine. If they remember here, you make championship stronger and we'll get better players then. So the thing I want to highlight of here now, the fact that we don't even get patience for nurture the few talent, the few they call it prospective talent. We don't get time for nurture because all money head down there. I want to play for Europe to make money. I want to happen in the end. This player they go, they don't be find their because they don't get proper foundation for Cameroon before they come out. You understand now?
Yeah.
And now why that way it get a rippling effect on national team and all. We want bring they learn football for different ways. They get different mindset. So now when most of them they still get struggle for intersetting the national team. Despite the fact that they do well very well for the club where they play in. Because of that foundation. If we go back to drawing board to get proper foundation for this team they want more or they want to stay here, play for championship. They play for championship. We'll get stronger and better players than if we had to send them to Europe every time we never mature. They never ready. You get my point now? Not only infrastructure. Because it does get infrastructure, they wait till they have the national team. Their national team is strong. Because
Yeah.
despite the infrastructure they get them, despite this thing, football, I was talking about it as the elitist game. Because for grassroots, what did happen? Martin play for small club. But if you don't get the means for the technical go game, then they forget about it. So now the game means that they are picking the actually go game. Not be necessarily picking that they get talent. You understand? Because
Yeah.
the elitist game for here, you know too at the top. Because if you don't get means for the sending picking, now you pay chance for me for here. Now you decide to go for here. Now you normally say they get them. So in the end, the picking where they can't show up for national team, not necessarily talented picking them. The picking where their parents they get means will take them through all that step. You understand now? So
Yeah.
it's not only down to infrastructure.
True Lion.
Yeah.
There already present a problem, and now we're looking for the solution. Some man, my brother Bose may talk for comment section. Say, he said money don't enter football. Natural talent don't disappear because max footballers will appear from all corners. So other, I think now the same me talk again. Say, as other person talk about the spirit of Hemley, where now it be actually the galvanized footballers and back in the days. That fire, that love for the game and things like that. What do you think so if we do in 2025 for make sure say why we get the infrastructures with the user because Richmond make a good point. America get infrastructure and everything, yet they need win World Cup back to back, or they not get some wonderful team where the whole world they talk about, and they don't get that now for more than 20 years. Whereas we did not used to have the infrastructure back in the days, but we had wonderful players. What will we do for come up with something where it go with the small infrastructure we get that now we'll get the talent they like the talent they will get them back in the days.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I want throw like a rebuttal for team where Richmond actually talk, right? Because when we talk about football, and I've seen that across many Cameroonians, we think that football success is at national team level. I will say no. And I keep saying, how many times in 2024 or how many times in 2025 has Cameroon national team played? In 2025, 2 times, if I'm right. Okay? Last year, maybe about 3-4 times. So football success is not at national team level. Let me give you some numbers why I say America is successful. MLS, the worth of MLS is between 15 billion and 17 billion US dollars. Okay? Franchise value is about 650 million. Okay? Atlanta United and Inter Miami valued at about 900 million. Media rights are 2.5 billion. That is success. You can play football in America, MLS, and live a successful life as a professional football. America was number 2 when ranked about attendance. Number 2 ranked in the world, MLS. So that is success. Going back to Cameroon, what we need to change this narrative. Okay, some of you say that we have the infrastructure. Having stadiums that we cannot use to nurture talent, to grow talent, is not good for a country that doesn't have a solid grassroots foundation or a solid league. What we need are the sizes of pitches that we have, not even the one in Limbe. Okay, yes, in Limbe, the farm, how do they call? It's not the Centenary Stadium. There's a
Middle Farm
Stadium. Those are the type of pitches we need across the nation, so that a kid should not leave Mamfe in order to go to Brazilian school in Douala. Do you know why? Because when you leave Mamfe as a child, or you leave Bamenda and go to Brazilian school, you don't have a support system of your family, which is very important at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Okay? A kid can stay in Bamenda and play football. A kid can stay in Garwa and play football and have the same standards as a kid that is in Douala in the Brazilian school football. Because now what we need is to nurture the young talent. Okay? Etap by etap, as the Frenchman will say. Because when you make the product, okay, good enough, competitive enough, then your league will start bubbling. Then people come and invest money. I think that's what Cameroon needs to do. I think that's where the focus needs to be, and not at national team level. Success of football is not at national team level. Because remember, we're talking about football being politicized in Cameroon. It did not only happen in Cameroon. Argentina government, they have used, Italy has used it, even France has used it, you know. So there's politics in football, but we need positive politics that adds value to our football, and not the one that we are now, where those who are in charge of growing our football are arguing and fighting every day. Everyone needs to look onto the same direction. We need to have a game plan, and we need to prioritize grassroots football in order to change our football.
Innocent, qu'en pensez-vous parce qu'il y a les gens qui disent qu'avant, on avait le Hemley. C'était l'esprit du Hemley qui faisait qu'on gagnait les matchs, on gagnait les tournois et des trucs comme ça. Mais maintenant, on a les infrastructures, il y a l'argent, il y a la publicité. On peut dire qu'il y a beaucoup plus maintenant pour accompagner les joueurs. Mais les résultats ne sont pas là, on ne gagne pas. Et en plus, on n'a même pas les bons joueurs. Ce qu'on peut faire pour que, comme il y a les infrastructures, il faut qu'il y ait aussi l'esprit du Hemley.
Bon, écoutez, les infrastructures qui ont été faites, ce n'était pas pour le développement du football. C'était une action politique pour marquer une ère politique camerounaise ou africaine. Vous comprenez? C'était un orgueil du gouvernement ou bien du chef de l'État de se dire que je ne vais pas gouverner jusqu'à quitter le pouvoir sans me donner cette plateforme internationale-là pour me laisser un leg, ou alors, si vous voulez, un legacy. Vous comprenez? Ce n'était pas par rapport au développement du football lui-même. Parce qu'en réalité, je vous ai dit, le problème, ce n'est même pas le Hemley qui a disparu. Le problème, c'est que les joueurs, à un certain moment, se sont sentis abandonnés. C'est-à-dire, eux qui étaient des acteurs principaux du jeu, on les a mis de côté et les dirigeants se mettaient plein la poche. Je ne parle pas seulement des présidents, de certains présidents de clubs, parce qu'il ne faut pas généraliser. Certains présidents de clubs ont commencé à négliger les joueurs, à prendre l'argent qui pouvait aider à développer le joueur. Parce que le joueur, en termes de football, c'est le premier asset. Donc, c'est le premier asset qu'on doit développer. Quand on a commencé à négliger, vous avez vu, la conséquence, c'est que les joueurs également se sont démotivés. Il n'y a plus eu de motivation pour aller au stade. D'autres ont préféré prendre même la route pour sortir du pays et aller là où l'herbe serait plus verte. Vous voyez un peu. Donc, c'est un problème institutionnel. Je ne pense pas que le Hemley en lui-même soit parti. Donc, pour trouver des solutions, je crois que la fédération ou bien l'administration du football actuel doit remettre le footballeur au centre du jeu. Prendre soin des footballeurs, c'est-à-dire, si les footballeurs sont à l'aise, vous allez voir qu'il y aura plus de spectacles au terrain. Les supporters vont adhérer parce qu'ils n'attendent que ça. Ça ne sert à rien d'aller au stade voir une équipe une et deux équipes de première division jouer comme les interquartiers. Non, parce que la structure a été détruite. Il faut la reconstruire. Structure de formation, structure d'encadrement. Au-delà même des infrastructures. Quelqu'un disait hier que non, il faut les petits stades de proximité. Oui, mais je crois qu'on a aussi vu quelqu'un qui intervenait en disant que si c'est le championnat professionnel qui finance le championnat amateur. Donc, on ne peut pas commencer par l'amateur. L'amateur ne peut pas financer le professionnel. Donc, et à ce niveau-là, les gens n'ont pas compris qu'il fallait créer d'abord une plateforme qui peut permettre aux joueurs-là de s'exprimer. Un championnat fort, que ce soit de première ou de deuxième division. Ça veut dire que quand les enfants qu'on forme maintenant, on sait qu'ils vont, s'ils ne font pas en Europe, ils ont au moins un championnat dans lequel ils vont s'exprimer. Et à partir de là, c'est là où je dis qu'on revient à notre football africain. On développe nos joueurs selon nos réalités et on développe nos forces. Ce qui fait que quand on rencontre les équipes européennes ou les équipes sud-américaines, on joue sur nos forces. On ne peut pas jouer sur les forces des autres équipes, on joue sur les nôtres. Donc, on doit recommencer à restructurer le football camerounais de tout en comme reformer. Mettre le footballeur au centre du jeu, leur faire comprendre que ici, tu es bon, tu vas jouer à l'élite. Et l'élite, quand tu arrives à l'élite du football camerounais, tu es récompensé ici, tu peux jouer à l'équipe nationale qui, pour chaque footballeur, devrait être le Graal ou alors est le Graal. Je crois que Bossé a précisé en commentaire en disant que Messi a fait ce statement un jour en disant on peut tout lui retirer, mais qu'on lui laisse avec les accomplissements qu'il a eu à faire avec son équipe nationale. C'est pour vous montrer à quel point l'équipe nationale doit être une forme suprême de compensation des joueurs. Donc, je pense que le Hemley, ce n'est pas le problème. Le problème, c'est qu'on doit remettre les joueurs au centre du jeu, les former, les encadrer et leur permettre de performer dans nos différents championnats. Mais pour cela, il faut déjà que la politique nous laisse un peu, que les politiciens qui utilisent le football pour se mettre plein la poche pour aller faire la campagne laissent un peu le football, qu'on le développe et puis qu'on revienne à nos bases.
True Lion, I agree with that fact. Say football actually lost its value when politicians they start entering football. Because I remember very well back in the days when Faiz was pumping money into football. He was just an individual. He was just a businessman who loved football. And then politicians they come say, "Oh no, before picking up a take and this and that." Before you know it, because the person will one run for senatorial post or something. Before you know it, now so, and if you go look at most other towns and I say every day, it can be now so a fair way where you find some position, you come for football because now the city he had the day. If you be president for that PWD Kumba, PWD Bamenda, Prisons Boya, that club there they be there na shushu for town, it's easy for you to win election. I feel like now for the way that drop start happen, and now for the way start get people the way they don't want to put money for football because they really like football, but they want to put money for football. They want to take na subvention before run football. Now for the way start get that challenge. However, one thing we don't establish for the conversation and the fact is success for football therefore be measured somehow. And some people they feel like, because we look at for right now ministry, more use example for Cameroon, ministry feel like success for football will be measured now by we going to win the Nations Cup, winning games now and winning the Nations Cup and then maybe winning the World Cup. Why so personally you don't establish a success of football not only about winning all these major tournaments. You don't use statistics for America, how rich their league be, how progressive it be, and all of that. What do you think say we should focus on at this point in time where we get the result we want?
I think we have to be patient, right? We have to have roadmaps. We need to bring professionals, because I will ask you this question, right? How many people for Cameroon, how many football team owners for Cameroon don't see them be rich? When a football make them rich?
And none. On the contrary,
None.
we know many way don't go broke.
Exactly. And just that people say you see person go broke. It might not be football, but that's what everybody is saying. You understand? Say that man use all the money, put up on team, then he don't go broke. That will scare away those who can invest in football. And then we also need to understand, see, in order to build football, that's why I always tell people that the government and FECAFOOT, right, they need to look into one direction in order to build some football and be successful. Because guess what? Football needs roads, football needs hospital, football needs administration. Football is built by government. If you look France, the way they build their football after World War II, they decided to go ahead and build Clairefontaine because they knew that those coming from the war were depressed, were stressed and all that, and needed something to build their society. That's why you talk about community building, right? And that's why you talk a lot about football, right? Because football is a pastime. The English people build football so that after factory workers finish work, they can watch, they can go entertain themselves by watching games, and everyone will be able to sit and watch football. So we need to go to those basics. What makes Cameroon tick? Okay, we need to build a soccer base around the nation that will help, that will focus the energy of our youth, to go and play football. Because if you're happy, if you're a happy kid, you go play football, you compete against friends, that will improve on your talent. Well, I was having a side conversation with, it's good that Ajap just came on, a side conversation, right? So I was talking about the focus of Cameroon football being a national team, people fighting at national team level and abandoning grassroots. Ajap asked me a question: if I was actually watching, the League 2 or the League 1. Guess what? There is no schedule. And when I talk about schedule, is that I talk about consistency. We don't know schedule. I've never seen, if I go, I used to have CRTV and all those channels. I decided to discontinue because there is no time I can go and watch a Cameroonian football game on TV. If I'm wrong, I mean, you guys can actually disapprove of that.
Je veux préciser quelque chose un peu trop là. Et le stade, la construction des infrastructures doit venir comme bonus. On ne peut pas construire d'abord les routes, comme tu as dit, les hôpitaux, ou bien avoir comment on dit ça, les droits de l'image, vendre un championnat qui n'est pas compétitif, qui ne se joue pas. Ce qu'on doit faire, c'est de construire le football d'abord, le développer, et maintenant qu'on a un produit prêt, on peut le proposer aux médias qui peuvent maintenant diffuser et nous faire rentrer de l'argent. Donc, je crois que le problème fondamental, comme je vous ai dit, il faut qu'on laisse la politique, qu'on reconstruise, on restructure le football comme il était, de la formation, de championnat. On commence même d'abord par le championnat, parce qu'il faut rendre nos championnats compétitifs, que ce soit Ligue 1 ou Ligue 2. On doit les rendre compétitifs. Maintenant, il y a un problème de politique qui gâte toute velléité de progrès. Regardez par exemple au niveau de la gestion du stade. La fédération, dès qu'elle veut faire jouer les joueurs dans un stade qui présente un peu les caractéristiques, qui peut faire en sorte qu'on peut vendre les images aux chaînes de télé, il se trouve qu'il y a un conflit politique entre la fédération et l'ONIES qui gère les stades. Donc, il y a trop de politique. C'est ça qu'il faut d'abord nettoyer. Enlever la politique politicienne du football et établir une politique de sport ou une politique de football au Cameroun, du développement, de l'encadrement maintenant jusqu'à la vente. Et à partir de ce moment-là, tous les autres compartiments tu parles là va suivre. Mais il faudrait que notre raw material, qui est le football, c'est-à-dire les joueurs de football, soit bien développé, soit bien entretenu pour qu'ils commencent à produire de l'argent qui vont permettre qu'on investisse dans d'autres pans, comme tu es en train de spécifier. Donc, on ne peut pas commencer par construire les infrastructures sans savoir comment on va les utiliser. Et voilà donc le problème dans lequel on se trouve. On a construit les infrastructures pour au Cameroun. Mais actuellement, vous voyez, parce qu'on a commencé par derrière. Je vous ai dit que le problème des stades qu'on a conçus au Cameroun, c'était juste un problème c'était une décision politique, pas pour l'intérêt du football, mais pour l'intérêt du gouvernement en place, qui veut dire que non, je laisse au moins que tel pays a organisé, le Gabon a organisé, la Guinée a organisé, les petits pays à côté de moi, donc par orgueil, là, j'organise aussi. Mais avant ça, ils ont oublié qu'il fallait qu'ils développent le football local pour qu'après la CAN, le football continue à utiliser les stades et à rendre le stade rentable. Mais vous ne voulez pas laisser que le football se développe, vous voulez qu'on utilise. Les infrastructures vont mourir d'elles-mêmes, vous voyez. Vous voyez.
No, you know, so what you're saying is correct, because if you look at all these Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, most of these countries that built these stadiums because they wanted to organize a specific competition, all those stadiums are dilapidated. All of them, they're not using any of them. So, like you talk, if we don't build the football system, build a football culture, build our local league for where we will get 10 cotton sport. You understand? I think say that 10 cotton sport for even take one of the field them, and they say, you know what, we know we only use them, we manage them. Edja, I want to ask you a question. What are you bring your camera small down with that space above you? You know, so I be videographer. I always want to correct you. Thank you very much and welcome, Baba. On a short notice, you show up.
Thank you.
By the way, for those who they watch, Edja has a wonderful platform about sports talk. Check her out on Facebook, check her out on YouTube. Just like my brother, True Lion get 90 in 5. These are guys who are doing wonderfully well for our community. Now, people in the way I look up to, now people in the way every time when I go see what they are doing, I'm like, no, to read you get for push. And the same when I support this platform, now the same when I go support every other platform where they talk sports, where they talk positive things. The only reason why you shouldn't the only reason why the guy they sacrifice all the time, most you don't get a conversation now because they feel like now conversations are like this go start that rebrand we want of our community, we'll start rebuilding our community. So the least we can do is not only support each other, but make sure say you go out there and always tell people, like I said, Edge up a platform now about sports talk. They did for YouTube, they did for Facebook. My brother True Lion, he own a 90 in 5. All then they always be for you. From time to time, or still even for their own platforms. Edge up, I want to ask you. Apparently, it seems like the people will get on right now. Now say Fekafu the CC look and I say I want to develop football. I want start my 10-year project with football. I want to start now. I want to kick out all these old guys that like it can be Choupo-Moting, Ngade, Abubakar. I want to kick them out and bring in a younger generation of Baleba, Elliot, Nathan Douala, Chindo John Bosco. Why ministry look and say, ministry and government look and say, no. 2025 na election year. We need for win Nations Cup or get a very good prestation for Nations Cup. So that way, if we use them, as we don't always use them for our campaign, how can we reconcile these two? Is it even possible to reconcile these two?
The reason we know be first, the reason, thanks for having me to read it. Like I thought, it's always a privilege to be part of. And Innocent.
Welcome, Richard. Welcome.
True Lion, a salute.
Yes, good morning, sir.
It's always an honor. It's always a privilege for me to be on your platform to read it. But to answer that question, first, it is honesty over there. The ministry, they know, say Cameroon only for win Nations Cup for football, but Cameroon for develop. They know. So a lot of dishonesty there for that.
No, they want to make Cameroon win, may they use them for their campaign.
Okay, so that's dishonesty. Okay, but they want, okay, what if Cameroon no win? You know, help the campaign?
No, they feel like when Cameroon win, it's easy for It's easy for people who don't really just come there.
That's okay. So maybe that's the reason why the government not even see itself or involve itself for the fight between Fikafood and the ministry. Because if you say they happen, okay, you're making a valid point. Secondly, like I always me and Turan will get back and forth conversation. Man, no call an argument, banters on Cameroon football, right? And the truth of point though, I always wait through and not stick on where I feel say it makes sense. We need to have a say football development, national team success, not just one of the tools or the characteristics for make football develop for a particular country. The other things, I see they've talked develop grassroots. I need to I'll be asking that question because
if me, I want to talk about developing grassroots football or local football, I go try as much as possible for the follow up. Yeah, you know, they for TV, right? Me myself, I need to watch Cameroon League football for TV. I will go maybe for PWD website. I see the streamer. I go for Football website. The streamer. I go there. I go for Yosa. Yeah, maybe truly I'll not get that time for that. Yeah, that community.
Yeah.
That's why I do have to follow up Cameroon League because no other way no day. I don't remember the last time I go Cameroon, more than 10 years. So I don't be talk say I watch Cameroon League for Cameroon, right? So the way that me I take for follow up Cameroon League for the streamer and all that. Then I talk to a few people, you know, some of the stakeholders, to get some information where I feel say be valid or where I feel related to someone else. I relate them. The one way I will do more research for convey them to somebody I convey them. But like you talk, I go back to your original question. Fecafoot, Omar say the previous coaching staff they look more on building for the future, which is still an aspect of which is a better way of developing Cameroon football than just winning. Like Cameroon be winning, like we talked, and I talked here last time. See, if you look at 2017 squad, we win AFCON with the current squad, where the coach and say it's horrible on paper, post by post or talent by talent. This squad is better than 2017 squad, even though 2017 we win. But after 2017 win, what else? Nothing. And that's truly on top. National team they play 10 matches a year. If you overplay, not 10 matches a year. While league they go on consistently. How many games is it for league? So if we focus on going back to how we build this thing, and that fact saying they bring in young guys like the Darling Youngwas, the Chato, because Cameroon they now with the play. We see Chachua now right back, young guy at 20, right? He back up na five. He get a very good CV for Cameroon. I think that after Taton are the most, he don't get the most caps for English speaking Cameroonians. He don't play 3 Nations Cup, 1 World Cup, 1 Confederations Cup. But if we're looking at building for the future, we're going to start to focus now on Enzo Chato as a backup to Chachua, or even as a starter to Chachua, because we need that 20 under 25. If we're looking at deal, but we're bringing back. Okay, we have Abubakar, and then we have Magri, we have Ganago, we have Namaso. Namaso starts with Abubakar. When they want to make a change, we Cameroon comfortably they move Namaso, bring in Magri. If we're looking at building for the future, we will bring in Magri in the place of Abubakar for start using Magri Namaso combination for see how we can build for the future. But at that point, we see I said they just check the short-term results as we talk, now the short-term results. So a lot of things, and then they bring back all people where I know say each team need for get some senior people where maybe they will give them some different boosts in the dressing room and all that. But Cameroon will not need 4 or 5 people. 1 or 2 of those people is okay. And they must not be starters. You understand? So my point, I say, the point where I try to make them where I don't know, I talk a ramble and I just say, if we're looking to the future, unfortunately, we the fans of Cameroon will not be that patient. And truly I talk say more exercise patience. Cameroon now, get for start to talk say, okay, we will see the fruits of which we work on now for 2025. Now from 30, 31, 32. They will not get that patience. If Cameroon play AFCON, if Cameroon go World Cup, come on first round, maybe draw 1 game or 2 games, come on first round, go AFCON, come on quarterfinals, semifinals, consistent level 2, 3 AFCONs, and then they start winning, and then you see the same group of players playing together for like 3, 4, 5 years, it will be good. But Cameroon has not get that patience. We will go now, go win. Then we want to go to the next Nations Cup. 15 people already be there for the last winning on no day. They don't get problem. As long as the Nations Cup they win, then they play the league. Maybe players they not even get jersey or players they wear batula. Problem no day. So long as Cameroon national team they win, that's where the problem is. That's where the discontent come. That's where the gap day. Because some people don't care which they happen for the league. So long as national team they do well. So people want to say, may league do well, because if league do well, Cameroon start get good league. It go, of course, automatically with a few years, the national team too will become very better. That's what it did. Now,
I think what you're saying is actually true, and that's the reason why I brought up the whole fact say politicians are actually focusing more on the victory, because they know say now that victory actually distract Cameroonians easily. They know say if we just go win Nations Cup now, so people don't really care whether players they chop or not, which is what has been happening for a very long time. You understand? Whereas if we focus on really building this football for where it will become a career for so many picking them, even if we need to win Nations Cup, we win World Cup like as it did for America, it be me I particularly feel like it be better off. However, Bosema don't bring up something where I want me to address, especially because he called Chula name for comment. He say, yeah, make we leave government out of this matter. Chula put 200,000 francs for Cartier for your village every year. I go do to see players them go come out. And I think technically what he's just saying is back in the days, some of the finest footballers were produced from interquarters, and are true. Because I remember say when we grow up, we wait the whole year make them reach for work and play interquarter. So technically you be prepare yourself, you be train. When interquarter they can't reach that 2-3 months before interquarter, you make sure you don't train, you there for shape, and then you go play interquarter. Now for interquarter way meaning our top cup where PW Dukumba see me and then they drag me go. But most of the players back in the days, we actually see them for interquarter and then they go play for the local clubs, and then before you know they start to grow. Truly, what is your take on that? Do you think us investing, especially who did diaspora, if we just make a habit for the just organize these competitions, it will maybe bring back a spirit where local leagues they be, and not even local leagues, this quarter football, the CB active, and because quarter football be active, it will then start producing players the way we start use them like back in the days.
I'm just laughing because Boseme he has actually lived both situations, right? Because he was a great midfielder, great striker,
wonderful
bad
player.
guy,
super talented.
I'm a bit, you understand? So
I beg, ma, continue 1 second. When people they used to tell me, say, Sako, oh, you are talented, you don't play. I just laugh. Say, after I get Boseme, the way they do, they don't play. Like, I don't put they no pay me 1 billion times. They still they don't play.
yeah, so I believe for him it's just nostalgia, right? Because he lives in Austin, Texas, and he saw how, because he's very attached. There was one about 10 years ago. We made a trip to go play a competition in Austin, Texas, and he was away to his house. He had this Nigerian community. They were even attached to the lawyer of Austin. I mean, that was before Austin FC was coming to Austin. Mm-hmm. So he saw how, with the mayor, with the connection that they had in Austin, he saw how the city of Austin was involved in building Austin FC. That's the local government, right?
Yeah.
So how can a guy like that has witnessed success, okay, with local government, building a football team, building grassroots football in Austin, Texas? How can he deny that they have to take off government out of that? How can he say that we have to take government out of this?
True, Lion. I think it talks now because we get government way is stubborn. Government way no one invest. Maybe not the
no, sorry. Sakoma interrupt. But some need simply talk say take our government. If you try to talk say even with government, no. Go organize their interquartering. No about focus now on government in government. Go organize their interquartering. That's what me I look at saying.
Okay. Let me just take it at that level, right? Talking about visibility, and when we talk about visibility, for me to be able to go to Mamfe, Bisamabang, and organize interquarter, it means I have to travel there at some point, right, to get that visibility. So how feasible is that? Given that they are not good roads, so sometimes when we say things, like, we not say just because of nostalgia, not because we want to say things, but we should actually believe that what we are saying is feasible and is sustainable. We have spoken here about how football has bankrupt families in Cameroon. Yeah. Okay. So for these things to be able to be done, everyone has to look onto the same direction. And that's why I've spoken about just basic things like roads, hospitals, and all that. Because if you don't build good road infrastructures, guess what? You will not have investors going right up to those areas in order to develop football. Right now, I live in the United States. This is my community, right? The local league, sometimes I go ahead and help kids or have coaches, local coaches over here. So that's knowledge or value that I'm giving my community, right? So most of us have actually moved out of maybe, let's say, the Bisamabang and all that. Now we live in these areas and now we're able to give back to these communities. But as far as Cameroon is concerned, in order to rebuild our football, the government it could be local government, it could be the communities, has to put their focus on building grassroots football and making those in those communities develop their talent.
Je vais dire un peu quelque chose. L'idée même d'aller organiser les interquartiers, c'est une bonne chose. Mais ça, c'est quelque chose qui doit venir un peu après. Parce que on va scout les enfants là, d'accord, on va les scout. Et on va faire quoi d'eux? Dès qu'on les aura trouvés dans ces villages, comme Claude Leroy trouvait les joueurs dans les championnats de village, là, les Romans-Pays, Claude Leroy les a trouvés à Idéa. On fait quoi d'eux après les avoir trouvés? Donc, je pense d'abord qu'il faut refaire la politique du football camerounais, comme je vous ai dit. Il faut que la Ligue vive pour que dès qu'on retrouve ces enfants-là, au moins ils ont une plateforme sur laquelle ils peuvent s'exprimer. Ils peuvent se vendre, s'il faut absolument se vendre. Et ils peuvent performer pour que soit on les intègre à l'équipe nationale, soit on les vend à l'extérieur et qui va ramener tout l'argent dans le football. Mais il faut au préalable qu'on restructure notre football, comme je vous ai dit dès le départ. Le scouting, je vous assure, vous partez dans les villages, vous allez voir les talents mais après avoir détecté ces talents-là, si on n'a pas les plateformes sur lesquelles les talents-là vont s'exprimer et on peut les encadrer, les développer et les mettre au travail. Si on ne peut pas les vendre, parce que maintenant, vendre un joueur de l'Afrique en Europe, c'est devenu difficile. Donc, à nous Africains ou Camerounais, de nous décider, quand je parle nous, les dirigeants, nous, le peuple, de nous décider de développer une politique de football qui va faire en sorte qu'on crée des structures et qui permettent aux jeunes de s'exprimer localement d'abord. Et quand on aura toute cette structure, aller faire du scout et retrouver les joueurs, ça vient de soi. Il suffit même juste d'afficher une plaque dans un quartier que non, il y a les essais de football ici, que tu vas voir les enfants talentueux, hyper talentueux venir. Donc, je crois que le problème, c'est d'abord, et malheureusement, on oublie aussi True Lion et Bosseme, que le football l'environnement du football au Cameroun est très, très complexe. Parce que c'est un outil politisé. On a politisé le football de façon que maintenant, même pour créer un club et faire vivre les enfants, il te faut des accointances politiques. Sinon, on te met les bâtons dans les roues à tous les niveaux. Donc, c'est pour ça que, et il faut aussi qu'on comprenne le contexte dans lequel on se trouve. On est dans une année électorale. Vous avez vu le rififi là. À 2026, quand ils auront fini de passer tout ce qu'ils auront voulu, ils veulent passer maintenant en utilisant le football comme plateforme de distraction, ils vont vous laisser, débrouillez-vous. Si vous voulez les joueurs jouent, s'ils veulent, ils mangent. Bon, mais c'est à ce moment-là que je souhaiterais que les dirigeants du football capitalisent, quand ils auront moins de pression du gouvernement. Parce que vous savez que le football cristallise toutes les passions. Donc, il faudrait qu'on essaie de rendre nos ligues. Et je crois peut-être que le président de la fédération a compris. C'est pour ça qu'il ne se bagarre plus trop. Il laisse les choses couler parce qu'on sait, il comprend le contexte dans lequel il se trouve. Dès qu'ils auront fini politiquement d'atteindre des objectifs qui se sont fixés, ils vont laisser, ils vont dire qu'à fou le camp, on attend encore le prochain septennat et puis on arrive là, on essaie encore de pomper. Mais la réalité, c'est qu'il y a du travail à faire d'abord au niveau de la Ligue, faire vivre la Ligue. Si on a des moyens de faire vivre la Ligue, de faire jouer la Ligue chaque année, et maintenant de développer, comme je crois que dans les clubs, maintenant, il y a des plateformes où les jeunes, on a même les U15 déjà dans les clubs qui se développent. Si on continue dans cette lancée-là, et je veux aussi prendre l'idée je crois que c'est Nassako qui a dit, si des entreprises, des grosses entreprises, un peu comme Coton Sport, la Sodecoton a fait avec Coton Sport, vous voyez, et un peu, je crois que Azombi disait ça au départ, là, qu'il il y a même les impôts qui ont une équipe, il y a les forces de police qui ont une équipe, mais pas dans le...
Il y avait prévoyance.
Mais si ces grandes corporations-là prennent, on a 10 équipes qui ont ce backbone-là, vous allez voir que le championnat va se relever. Parce qu'on n'aura plus des problèmes on attend la subvention pour payer les joueurs, on attend la subvention pour vivre, pour aller au stade et toutes ces choses-là. Donc, c'est une politique qu'il faut développer on doit structurer tout cela. Donc maintenant, aller chercher, organiser le championnat du village, moi, c'est une bonne chose. C'est une très bonne chose. Mais maintenant, après qu'on ait détecté ces bons joueurs-là dans les villages, il va falloir qu'on les amène quelque part pour que la formation continue, pour qu'on les structure, pour les former au football professionnel. Donc, mais si on va scouter, on va trouver les joueurs, d'accord, et après, on fait quoi d'eux? Si on n'a pas une structure qui doit suivre, il doit les faire grandir de catégorie en catégorie. On prend un enfant de 15 ans, si on ne le forme pas, et puis on s'attend qu'il passe des bruits au quartier, il arrive à 20 ans, il a le talent, mais il n'a aucune structure du football professionnel.
I think what Innocent is talking, and which is almost the same thing we all are saying. Back then, the one thing that happened was after that village level of football, you will get Kumbo Shaka, where their president they ready for bring you, take care of you, provide you so small. Because like my brother Ejab talk, or the Richmond we talked earlier, this president they be take care for their players of way if they even make some picking the dream for play for Kumbo Shaka or for PWD or for Elexpo or for Opopo and all of that. But now, after they detect that picking way when actually Innocent they talk, he go play for which club? Because when he go play for Opopo and then they need to pay you, the next thing I say, he either want to leave Cameroon or he want to fall the bush or want to so that's Suvino day. Where it means he will be a combination of us organizing this intercate them, and then the club level president and two, they're going to be where they not only they ready for invest of football, they need wait na subvention. Now even if they wait na subvention, when they even invest in subvention for football, that way the intercate picking them, they feel start playing now for the clubs, and then when they start playing for the clubs, if it really they fine, like Boss Gustav they talk for comment section, if the league they fine, it will make the picking the one play longer. You understand? Maybe say any man way, okay, take for instance, Chindo Jumbo School, Young Sport, Cotton Sport. If you play now with Cotton Sport for 3 years, it really ripe, and then they sell it. Not up to 3 years. I want me to play for them for 1 year, and then if you sell it, and then Cotton Sport make money. But if we get a system where, as Bosse may talk, more Joko create na intercate. After that intercate, that picking will play. The players they will come. Who said the one play? Because the player they did now. In order that we go start make that intercate with the player will come out. The player already there. Now that suivi no day. Ejab.
Yes, sir.
By the way, shout out to every person who is watching. Boss Bosemi, I never know you used to watch to really, but thank you. I also will invite you to for you to tell me for tell you about football. Tell me what actually make you play, because we all need understand our heads.
No man come to terms with the fact.
That will come for Brazil. The people without the shoe, they say, see the captain about the gear, people they don't wear them. And they say, I say one of them na Bosemi. So go ask Abai. I say, they say if you carry the handband. So maybe we'll invite persons in a year, I invite other persons, former footballers, people that are Calesone, maybe explain for we how they do and back in the days for succeed, way to make them play, way to make them be that passionate. And also I don't get that conversation about Sam, but we didn't have a party. Every day na kind person probably say na lie, maybe football, na school. I'm so many people they be that way, but maybe why for school you be get no teacher away if you encourage you say no, go play for Tone, go play for Kanongo. We'll discuss other one. Ejab, I want to ask you, I want to shift the conversation a little bit. Because whether I like or not, we're going to talk about this national team, especially Mark Brice. Now Rome was the fly say some Saudi Arabia with one team. I don't know whether one of that Nigeria selection one team news. By the way, at this point, what is your take on Mark Brice?
First, sorry, ma just talk for 1 minute about something. Follow up until Innocent we talk.
Yeah.
And then I not talk. Richmond to be talk. Back in the days, football be over this on level of Cameroon too, because most of those parastates and they invest for football. You know, Paul FC day, Mais Kangandere the day, Cotton Sport day, Peter the Bamenda begin a public works, Kamal begin a marketing board. So they be invest that money, you know. Then after some of those people they come get rid of the thing. But we'll go back. Mark Brice. No. Mark
Brice not be important. Wait till the tongue be more important. The fact so we get that sponsors them. I think that one be more important. But true people like True Lion, they don't come out. They address the situation earlier. Say most of the individuals they put their money for football. Most of them went broke, and not true.
Yes, not true.
We see people that are flooding them. We see people that because if you continue to put that money. Where you need to really see return. Also, Joshua already run out for president. Now he be there for Lakers.
Yeah.
And if I remember very well, the first president with Lakers, he invest more than 80 million for the first 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, I remember.
And Jala Kwame invest billions upon millions. Now, if we all be the grow up, With the city people, they are really money people. They put money for football and then they didn't get any return. It scare every other person. Is there any possibility? Is there anything we as a community can start doing to make sure? I don't know how you think to be financing club them nowadays.
First, another thing for Arana, so you know, say some of those people too, they be own clubs. Some of them been as civil servants, they be embezzle state funds, use as sponsor club.
I like that way to use them embezzle.
Yes, they be these. Some of them be civil servants, they be embezzle state funds, use their own club. Yeah. Then at some point they can't stop them, they jail them, or something can happen, or they come out work, and then so some of them been like that. Then some of them too been I don't know how to say fair people or business run that fair. So where they run like you see Donatien can run Racing. We play Harry Mosu when start of a Nigerian national team in the 80s. Komo can play for Racing. We will see Tabi Kasar and Kubo George and the Komo can play for Racing. So some of them did so. Then then they will
see. Football for Cameroon, let's say.
So people them to be legit. So when they legit, they will call Park Kavenka make you see football for Boya for different level. Boya we don't see first division. Maybe since when I prison Boya on a win. Park Kavenka when they come in first season, he go first division. He put money for Cameroon player. They live for Tongsport everywhere. Can play for Cameroon. Then after he began with satellite insurance. Then something happened. Satellite insurance. Cameroon start go down. So so talk. And sometimes be there for Kumbu strikers where I've been noticed and say it be daily almost like an obligation. Say as a Kumbu fan, you must contribute something. When Kumbu game match, they enter for market for Banso. They put pan. Any man put 1,000. They want to come out 500,000, 800,000, 900,000. If you cover players are prima something for that this team, in addition to the passion way Tasha Francis be get up. Tasha Lawrence, I call it Tasha Lawrence be get up. But before Tasha Lawrence one come, if been a man with Nancha, we've been some Bamileke man, we be postmaster, P&C employee for Kumbu. Wow. Now he take Kumbu go into post. Kumbu climb for first division. After 1 year or 2 years for Banso now. So small shaking come out. He leave.
Na begin for village, for manager.
Yes, exactly.
Never that mindset that.
Exactly. He leave Kumbu now. Then take like at least 8 or 9 players on Kumbu strikers. Go out for PWD. He go be president of PWD for 2 seasons. They can't get a small, I don't know, call and shock with P&T and all that. Yeah. And then PWD Bamena go down for 1998. So now some kind of thing that will happen for football for Cameroon where civil servants they put a lot of money from state funds, a lot of money. There you get some business people where they just come say, I get some money, I want you to use 4 years, make a know me for Cameroon. Like we see Zunja do for Diamant. We see Jonathan do for Racing. Ongba Damas do for
Golier. And then this guy Bagamboa, I think he do
Bagamboa today. Bagamboa be there Ongwa Damas for Olympic. They will get this other man. They will get this other man for. I don't always forget his name. He be there for.
Most recently, we will have Guinea-Fa for Renaissance.
Guinea-Fa for Renaissance and Gumu. We be there for SADP, right? Yeah. And then you get this other man back in the days for Eglencom too. We become the person who brings him more August and them Jude on another too. Egler, I don't forget his name. He played for some very short while. Then this thing. So now the thing that we have for Cameroon football. Money be there, but some of those people they not begin long-term projects. Some of them one just make say they happen for Cameroon. The few people they get long-term projects. They been people that the Caribbean for India, actually can build academy and all that. And then also, I don't know if I'll call on the politics of football because when Brasserie be there, when Brasserie play top cup, then they sell una go play tournament for Douala, they sell una for the Brasserie school, then go play the Montague tournament. Cameroon be the always perform well back to back. I think they win 93, 94, 95 for Montague. Time where they can't shift them from Brasserie game for Kaji, so now Kaji go to go Montague. Cameroon performance just go down. So I don't know where to be happen where they be decide for switch from Brasserie to Kaji because we know most Cameroon player, a lot of Cameroon players don't pass through Brasserie school. Simo, Eto, Olembe, and all that, you know.
Et j'ai envie aussi de dire quelque chose, de préciser quelque chose, Ejab. Tu sais, il faut aussi que les dirigeants de club là doivent aussi développer une stratégie marketing pour s'attirer des entreprises qui vont les accompagner. C'est simple. Vous faites un bon business plan, vous montrez comment vous pouvez rentabiliser votre équipe. Allez vers ces compagnies-là. Allez voir Dangote. Allez voir les compagnies. Il y a tellement de sociétés sur place là que vous pouvez aller voir. Et vendez-leur votre projet. Ils vont vous soutenir. Vous comprenez? Ils soutiennent. Et ils vont vous utiliser comme une plateforme de communication pour leurs entreprises. Et non seulement, c'est un devoir également des citoyens que chaque entreprise doit faire, c'est-à-dire investir dans le volet social, si le football devient dans le volet socio-sportif. C'est quelque chose que l'État leur permet même de faire. Mais maintenant, il faudra aussi que nos présidents et nos dirigeants pensent à cela. Ne restons pas seulement, c'est un business. Comment je fais pour attirer les partenaires? Je prends l'exemple d'un club comme Bamboutos de Bouddha, parce que j'aime beaucoup parler de ce club qui a une population derrière lui, tu vois. Les supporters de Bamboutos, quand vous voyez, quand ils ont un match assez important à Douala ou à Yaoundé, la ville est devenue bleu-rouge.
Ça doit même pas être important.
Non,
je voulais dire, tous les matchs qu'ils jouent, ils ont toujours les supporters, même si c'est à Garoua.
No, see, Bamenda. I watched Peter Bamenda Bambutus. Sorry, Innocent. I watched Peter Bamenda Bambutus or Bamenda. Bambutus get more fans than Peter Bamenda.
Even in Yaoundé, even in Douala, they just the city, they will put 7-seater buses, like 15, 20, bring people. I mean, donc quand tu es à la tête d'un club qui a ce potentiel, tu développes une stratégie marketing, tu fais dans le merchandising pour amener l'argent dans le club. Je veux dire, c'est une stratégie que tu développes, c'est les affaires que tu fais. Tu dis, OK, je m'en vais signer avec les équipementiers qu'on a maintenant au plan local là. Je vais dire, OK, le coût de fabrication d'un sous-vêtement, d'un maillot, c'est, disons, c'est 1500. D'accord? Moi, je vais vendre dans ma boutique à 5000. Moi, je te donne, ou alors je te donne 2500. Je reste avec 2500. Tu as amorti ton coût de fabrication et tu as eu le bénéfice. Je vous assure, en faisant cela, les supporters de Bamboutos, ils achètent le maillot. Dis-toi que 500 000 personnes vont acheter le maillot. Quand il dit 500 000 personnes, je suis modeste parce qu'ils sont à Douala, ils sont à Yaoundé, ils sont partout. Tu comprends? Ils vont acheter le maillot à 5 000. OK? Tu fais les maths. Je prends la calculatrice. Nasako, voilà la calculatrice. Tu fais les maths. Regarde ce qu'il aura pris en termes d'argent, tout simplement. Donc, tu fais 2500 fois 500, disons même 100 000 personnes. Ça, c'est une saison. Tu changes le modèle la saison suivante, tu refais la même chose. Vous pouvez créer, comme les clubs européens comme on veut copier parfois certaines choses, on laisse même les petites choses. Créer les cartes de membres de vos supporters. Je crois que les Espagnols appellent ça les socios. Et donnez-leur un peu, lors des assemblées générales, là, qui veulent leur déléguer entre eux, qui viennent aussi s'asseoir et disent ce que les supporters pensent, ce que les supporters disent. Et inclusez-les dans les prises de décision. Vous allez voir comment l'argent va entrer dans le club. Mais le problème, c'est qu'ils ne veulent pas travailler, ils veulent attendre les subventions. Et c'est ça qui me dérange à un certain moment. Parce que le football, c'est une affaire d'argent. C'est un sport au début. Mais on a réussi à transformer ça par les dirigeants, par les instances mondiales, à une machine à produire de l'argent. Donc, que chacun réfléchisse à son niveau, comment je peux faire entrer. Une autre solution serait de vendre des parts de club. C'est-à-dire, tu vois quelqu'un qui est plus aisé que toi, un mécène qui aime le football. Va vers lui, tu dis qu'écoute, voici le club, voici la part que je vends et voilà comment on organise. Pour un bon projet, tu fais. C'est comme ça que tu vas faire grandir le club. En dehors de voir des corporations comme la Sodecoton ou bien comme la CDC ou bien comme quelqu'un a précisé là, Ndjalakwan a développé le Ndjalakwan Academy parce qu'il était à la CDC. Vous comprenez? Donc CDC quelque part supportait Ndjalakwan Academy d'une certaine façon. Donc on réfléchit sur comment on peut développer et faire entrer l'argent dans les clubs. Et à ce moment-là, vous allez voir que le championnat va vivre parce que les joueurs seront payés, ils seront habillés, ils seront soignés. Pas que quelqu'un se blesse, il part au quartier, on met les feuilles, on chauffe les feuilles au feu pour le masser. Donc, il faudrait qu'on réfléchisse à faire entrer de l'argent dans les clubs. Dès qu'on a ces stratégies-là, ils auront même tous les réunions militaires, là, ça va finir. Et c'est comme ça que le politique va commencer à sortir doucement du foot parce que le peu d'argent qu'ils donnent pour les techniques, ils ont besoin.
Whether I like or not, politics never va come over Cameroun football.
Non, ils ne vont pas sortir de toutes les façons, mais ils ont quand même une grosse marge de manœuvre.
They feel limit them, but they don't stop.
Whether I like it or not, we can limit it, but it not ever because government already understand how it use them. Now, one of the other things the way we don't establish in Vienna say mindset play a very big game for football for Cameroonian football right now. Whether or not the player their mindset, the fact say some of the people oh, even if I be good, who's I will go. The president them, most president them invested so much money. People like Carveng, I see my brother Richmond. Yeah, it don't right for they say Carveng will pay use money for satellite insurance. Once you stop for pay claims, the suspending license, now so thing they go down the drain. People like Njala Kwan, I don't want to talk to why yeah about it to be happened before wait. Say the audit, shortage, switch just go off pap. We see me say take it for Tico United. Most of these people them when they invest money for football, most of them no make no 5 francs. On the contrary, they actually shoot they actually go down. My question about ask True Lion. Something they were, especially as Edja bring her up about the guy will be fed for Kumbu before Tasha take over. This whole idea of some person way now complete, if we call and stranger because say they not picking for that town, they not asking them not picking for the village, them not the tribe. Like we to get our people now, Bob Didi, now Northwestern, they neither they invest millions upon millions for people. Back in the days, we had fire so lobby for Kumba. When we all know how we come out, now you take Kumba go PWD, PWD go first division. My brother they talk saying that the same thing will happen, but guess what? Once the things start looking good, start looking better, that time with the auto-tune, they come say, hey, this thing is so now our village team, whether you like or not, now person will finish.
No, sir, I talk. I say something be happening. If I don't know exactly.
No, I just an example. Trust me, sometimes you maybe need to talk, but it's just talking at 2 way. It don't happen with plenty of big problem. You understand? Say, hey, now our village team live for we. You think say that the other team that way it is scare even the president they did now for put their own money. They prefer for one use now subvention money. So now subvention money, even if it lost, I not get me problem.
Well, I've been listening to you guys, right? And you guys name different audios, you call names and all that. One thing you got to understand is that stats don't lie. All of those guys that you call never had an imprint in CAF competitions.
Never had
an imprint, never won anything in CAF competitions.
Yes.
If you look at those who won, Orix, Union, Canon, won it back in the days when they were backed by strong owners, which means they were
backed by what?
By strong, I want to say strong companies. Back in the 70s, 80s, when the Tunes Canon won the African competitions, there was a strong model behind them, right? Back then, there was not so much money, there was much love. Players were not chasing money back in the days. It was the love of the game. Then we had strong structures. But you guys just called a lot of the Ongwa Damasis, the Fayensis, and all those who actually came after Cameroonian football started crumble, and they were looking for ways to sustain these clubs. However, they made some wave, which most of it is not verified. You just hear numbers, right? But it's not verified. It's not sustainable, which means those modules are not good. Those modules could not sustain Cameroon football. Let me take an example. When you look at MLS, who owns all these teams? MLS has a stake in all 32 teams, in all 32 American teams. They have a module that you must follow. You as an owner, before you come and buy into it, which means you are following a structure that can be sustainable. Tomorrow, if you're not there, someone else can buy it.
Yeah.
And the standard will still be the same. That's not the same for Cameroon. That's not the same for Victoria United. That's not the same for Union Douala. That's not. Everyone is just where they are doing their own thing. Okay. Now you talk about subventions. Subventions are good, right? When it gives incentives to people who are doing the job to build football, and everything has to be like, we need a structure. That's where Cameroonian football is failing, and that's where they will continue to fail. Okay, if you look at the late president of Tanzania, Magufuli, if you go do research on Tanzania football was built in the past 15 years. It was because of good policy from the government, working together with FA, and building football from grassroots right up to different levels. Okay? The same stadium that they started, the Chinese built, I don't know if it's Olembe and all that, Tanzania built the same stadium for 10 times than Cameroon, which means that they had the good politics in building football. Okay, everybody was looking onto one direction. Tanzania recently signed a TV deal. I think it was about, I'm not sure the numbers, but it was something about $30 million of TV for 5 years.
Yeah, with the bank.
Exactly. If you look at Egypt, Egypt is the most valuable African football league. I think about $6 billion or whatever. But those numbers, you have Egypt, you have South Africa, you have. And the reason I'm saying this is because you cannot put away government. I'm talking about local level. I'm talking about communities. I'm talking about, you cannot shift them aside in order, because for any business to grow and able to be sustained, you need strong institutions. And that will ensure that investors, your investments will be protected.
That's true.
Okay. And in order to have a good league, you need good value. Where do you get good value from? You get good value. How do you increase from grassroots? The kids coming out of this because we need a structure where high school, right? Students can go to school and play football. So that means that these high schools, they need at least a grass pitch. I'm not even talking about stadium, right? I'm talking about grass pitch where they can play football. So that's where we need to focus our energy. Eto'o gave an interview. You guys go look it up. Where Claude Leroy, they sat down and talked. And he said that for football to change in Cameroon, FECAFOOT needs to be independent. What does independence mean? Independence is that they need to generate their own income, independent from the government. However, before they attain that level, the government needs to help them. And how can the government help them? The government can help them by giving tax cuts to companies, the companies that you guys said, like Coton, because when you guys talk about the Coton, you guys forget to talk about Iya Mohammed. When you guys talk about Iya Mohammed, you guys forget to talk about, it's not Joseph O, it's the other owner who actually took the Cameroon Federation out of Omnisport. That's where the office used to be. He took it. The one was tickets standard in
Vincent Onana.
Vincent Onana.
No, but it's Iya Mohammed who removed FECAFOOT's office from Omnisport to where it is.
No,
not Vincent Onana.
Vincent Onana who started that is Vincent Onana. Vincent Onana and Iya Mohammed working there. He started that project. He was a visionary. If you congratulate Iya Mohammed for what he did, it was because of Vincent Onana. Because they had a vision. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the government needs to actually give incentives to these companies, those who can support football. Because if you give them tax cuts, guess what? They will start supporting football, grassroots football, and that's how those talents spread all over Cameroon. Because when we talk about kids, you cannot just take a kid 9 years, 10 years old, 11 years old, and move them out of Bissau and say, go stay in Douala and you're playing for Brazilians. The reason why most of those kids don't actually progress at the good level is because they are missing the support from their families. Those kids are fragile. There's a lot happening in our world today. You cannot be putting kids out of their villages and taking them to Douala just because there is a dream somewhere that might not be attained. The
Very
kids
true.
need to, wherever they are, practice their football wherever they are, because that's what will make them become competitive. Then during holidays, if you have competitions and all that, they can travel various parts and have these competitions and go back. So that's what Mona needs to focus in order to change destiny.
Truly, I really like that point about kids actually playing around their environment, and because they get all the small infrastructure where they get and then grow. Because I remember back in the days, there's a common phenomenon. I don't know if not only Ukumba picking them or but yesterday too Bamenda picking them where they need to stay for outside. Once you yesterday don't sign for union today, tomorrow Piam ide Kumba.
Comfort zone.
You play one game, Piam, you don't come back. Whereas if union be there, if a team for inside Kumba be get status for union, it will easy for you to play. And when you talk about that progress, whether I like it or not, every team that like Union, Canon, in as much as the one good players, they get some few spots where they reserve and for picky way it grow for the. For instance, if Nasako come way, it be an average talent with some picky way. Might say now tribalism, I put it that way. You understand? For instance, for PW Kumba, if Nasako deal with some picky way, a common man fe way na the picking na average, Nasako na average, you take Nasako because Nasako na bafo picking. It is normal. The same thing happens with Union. You understand? Yeah.
It's also good for the mental, psychological, because a lot of people understand that 40% on football is psychology. You know, so if you're not at home, even like me, right? When I used to go leave Douala in order to go to PSS Mancon, there are sometimes that I might not do well in school just because I don't want to be there.
You get a new environment, you get to start struggle for adapt.
Exactly. So imagine you taking a kid 9-year-old somewhere to go play football. With the way their parents are not there and they just like with strangers because of these are strangers. Those are things
sorry, the way we Brazaris used to operate that time, maybe now we don't change. When they play top cup tournament, they select una for that province, una the train. Then Brazaris headquarters for Douala, coaches the come, Bamenda, Oboya, whatever, can't do selection for Bamenda. The player the way they get selected, they will
exactly.
Chula, women finish. I guess until I want to talk about
the player they be selected now, they go camping for Brazaris, maybe like for first time holiday, go make 2-3 days, then for third time holiday. Yeah, they need to just move them out of their comfort zone, so maybe they go for that side, go stay. So
Chula, your mad talks on team because I actually be that batch, part of that batch where will be the train for Kumba. They'll come make selection. They'll take maybe 2 for Kumba, 1 for Kumba. Most of the times me. They'll take maybe 1 for Boya, Elimbi. Take maybe 3 for Bamenda. And guess what? When you take 2 for Southwest, you take 2 for Bamenda. Pobia in a Kongi Jute will play for Young Sport.
Yes.
You understand? You take Nasako for Kumba. You take Elimbi for Boya. Now we 4. Whereas for Stash, we then we 80. That means say 76 now francophones them. Back in the days where most of them maybe even talk English or Pidgin. You understand? So you realize we will come up for this minority side will be like we are lost sometimes. When I play for inside field, they mostly communicate about French. Oh, passe. Oh, this, that. Yeah. Like it I understand what it's truly on the talk. Whereas if Brazzaville get the policy say anytime when I want to come over Southwest, when I come out as a group, as a team, like we will go play a festival for December. You realize that we will really express yourself. You understand? I understand. Truly, go ahead. I understand what you talk very well.
And Nasako, you know Mude Franklin, no?
Very well.
Okay, EBB, I think second batch for
second promotion. Second promotion for Brazzaville. Second promotion. Yeah.
So back then I was living in Bonanjo. Brazzaville football school begin for South Effect Aqua, where it be not far from Aqua Stade Aqua, right? So I used to, for me, walking was about 20 minutes. I used to leave my house, which was opposite immigration, and walk over there and watch them play, right? Those guys stayed there for 3 months. And Mudo Franklin then was in PSS Mancon. So within 8 months of school, okay, where you did school, basically you know to play any type of football, right? But when Brazzaville called you, we will go stay there for 2-3 months for or 1 month for long holiday.
For long holiday, yeah.
Yes, that's the than that you get to really train. So the Anglophone kids were at the disadvantage, especially if you don't get a support system where it as Nasa Koto, where it for Douala. If you don't get a support system, then you come now when you understand French. You come now, first of all, you need to understand the language. You don't get a support system. How will your football actually improve? Yeah. But if now we had these same facilities, not maybe as good, but if we had the same facilities all over the place, guess what? You know, because if you look here in America, a kid doesn't need to leave Charlotte, North Carolina, in order to go to DC to go play football. No, they don't. You know, you can be here in Charlotte and have the same
to the highest level.
Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. We need to spread out the love so that every kid has the same opportunity, has the same standard, and can progress that as a kid who actually is in Douala.
But the issue I said, not spread. The issue I said, not spread like the Brasserie. Is it like you say, may spread Clairefontaine, make each place for France get Clairefontaine because Brasserie.
No. But guess what?
Guess what? Ma as Jabson, how Clairefontaine the work? Clairefontaine the work the same like Brasserie school.
Nah, not be like the same
it's
model, but
almost explain.
No, be like the same. I'm not figuring exactly the way Clairefontaine the work, but not be the same model like Brasserie. But we want to talk about now. I say Brasserie is a Clairefontaine of.
Okay, but you get to understand. Say France not get language problem like we get them. I don't think say France get tribes in like this tribe, that tribe, and then you can't have for Anglophone and Francophone. So anytime you bring Pekin together, or then they can't talk now French.
Okay,
you understand? And maybe they are called for. Yeah, most of them they don't probably know. So, okay, all we get at this king until so if it's really easy for them. However, I wanted us to end with this because one of the biggest way we don't discuss and we hear today, where True Lion bring over me, I really like and the fact say until these clubs or these individual clubs they be backed by institutions the way it is sustainable, we no go ever get that result one time. We only get at the likes of Fire Soyabi, Olabi where they put money for 3 years, they come out. Tasha Lores, they put money for the year, it drop. Fuading, they put money for 4 years, it drop. How they call it? The guy for Victoria United, Bob Didi. He put money now. Once you go turn look at company, he realize say, hey, he don't start short. He go quick.
Pull back.
Whereas the institutions the way they be sustainable like so the Coton, Sonel, and all of these persons them. So that level so the Coton, so Nara them. We'll go for with local councils them where they don't exist for many years. Master Ejab, do you think it will be a good thing for the local council to find way, just like back in the days, not only just sponsor this club, but take the player them, maybe give them small work, put them for toll gates,
okay,
give them small work, go cut a ticket for market for 6 hours and give them small work, and that way if you put them for salary for even 70,000-80,000. You know, say they need to only play ball for entertain with community, but then they do work also for be productive for the system.
Yeah, that's a very good point because as you talk back in the days, people they play for PWD. Most of them will work for highways. They will make a work for highways.
Okay.
Like public works department. They will make some of those players work for them. They get salary. Yeah, so now a very good idea that as you talk, if you get player them, the problem now I forget that link between the local councils and the clubs because you want to look at self way. At some point, the two people are not connected. They never see each other eye to eye. So now for first made that when a team there for Bamenda, for example, maybe a Bamenda team. Because sometimes you see some man invest in money, you know what no man pre-handed. Even maybe local council one come for pre-handed, they'll say no, small town I can't take team over from me. So we're going to try for first move that mindset away. See if Bamenda gets him as you talk now for the community, the player that they play, they know say, okay, what is like whatever talk, what is life after football? As you talk, if some man no say the court ticket, they pay 70,000. They were foot broke. You know, say still get 70,000 a month. We going to make them from that distance. So now the kind of thing that we were supposed to do, and that's why truly I talk about institutions which are sustainable. Now, very good thing. And truly for the beginning of the conversation, I've talked to most of that people they be coming with that big money. They begin a short-term projects. They never get long-term projects. You see, Donatien just kind. They pour money. Rasen, you go play a friendly match out of the country. Then after 4 years, but we never hear you again. You understand? Diamant be coming from nowhere. Zoom, put money, bring Ebola, pretend them, bring Masim Benjamin, the national team player. they disappear. Olympic camp, the same thing disappear. If you put get long-term project, you talk, I don't know me anymore for Cameroon if you put within that Chelsea and make money from football. But with football na business. So that's
business.
Like to get yeah.
Ça, c'est la première des choses qu'on doit comprendre.
Something they truly on talk about that sustainability tax cuts for most of those companies because some of those companies they can because man, I know if they make 1 million profit a month, I pay 700,000 for 500,000 for tax. They come again, and some team they come again, talk to man and sponsor them. So they get for the look all of those things to put into consideration. Cameroon get for try to invite as many sponsors as possible. When I look Cameroon First Division League now, I only see MTN 1xBet. MTN 1xBet. It's not enough. You know, mentioned Dangote. We get a lot of companies away. They get
Sonara, we get plenty companies, we get Cementa, we get plenty of them.
Those teams put in 5 months, just say even 5 million francs for each team a month. No will mean nothing for them.
Innocent, correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, shout out to Arun and Yamsi. You don't make a very good point. SKD show picking them, but nowadays they're going for work or target.
That's another point.
They play for some small team. They may say that them be.
No, not true. Because some of my friends don't organize some program for Bamenda. We call and say, if one sensitize these young footballers on life after football. Say there's life after football.
Yeah.
You know? It start at 1-2 times they stop for camp because they surely refuse when they come. When they want to go get them 500 or get them Mimbo, you get them 5,000, get them Mimbo. But if they come just sensitize and tell them, say, when I get to start to look something when I'll do away if football stop today, I know go load for pack. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you know be the handle something, or you know be or Shisha no be there for the program. For the gathering, they say nah, I know we continue this thing, you know. So that's where I'm asking and say this show boy them. I'm not sure say they'll go cut ticket, you know. Yeah.
By the way, Innocent, they are mad for sell 50,000. I even calculate at 50,000. I even calculate 500,000 like you talk, 50,000.
Yeah.
If a club can succeed to sell 50,000 jerseys for 2,500, they'll make 125 million.
No.
They'll make 125 million. Yeah. Now they'll do it for year 2,500 times 50,000.
Just for 2,500.
Just for 2,500, they'll make
you can use that money to run a club. Just get sell of this to run a club.
If they cut production costs and everything, they've even been left even at 70 million. When you have plenty money. So it means you maybe need to sell 50,000 jerseys. If you sell at 25, if you get 50 million, if you use a run club and things like that.
At least for a year.
They fit do them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
I say, in order to get to that position where you have fans come out with the culture to buy jerseys, you have to be able to convince them that what they're doing will actually benefit them. They have to have some type of attachment, right, to what actually, because in order to sell a product, you have to present a certain way where the consumer will find benefit of that, you know, in order to go by. And we have not yet developed.
Je te pose une question. Quand tu achètes le maillot des Lions, c'est pourquoi?
I've not bought
Bon, quand tu achètes le maillot de Manchester United, c'est pourquoi?
No, but hold on. Bro, why do I buy jerseys? I buy jerseys because I can relate to the club. Because
exactly
the club has shown some type of transparency, and I know that the club used that money to better themselves, and also they are entertaining me. I don't just buy jerseys just because. You have to be able to entertain me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Soulayon, tu nous ramènes un peu en arrière. Tu veux ouvrir un débat qu'on ne veut pas ouvrir aujourd'hui. Là, ça, c'est les détails. On a pris l'exemple de Bamboutos et on a pris un exemple de les gens qui s'habillent bleu, rouge, sang, et ils payent de même, ils sont contents. Tu comprends? Et on connaît que ce club a connu les problèmes de dirigeants. Il change de président tout le temps. Mais si un président vient, et la seule chose qui dérange même dans le football camerounais, c'est le footballeur. Et il y a certes la politique. Mais si on met le footballeur au centre du jeu, vous allez voir le changement. Si tu dis aux gens aussi que non, les 120 millions, les 125 millions que les ventes des maillots ont donné, les joueurs ont eu leur salaire toute l'année. Ils ont été soignés quand ils étaient blessés. On n'a pas eu besoin de ceci. Nos stades étaient entretenus. Vous voyez un peu? Je crois que ça leur dérange en quoi? Quand ils voient, ils voient leurs joueurs bien habillés, ils sont bien entretenus et ils leur produisent le beau football parce qu'il faut comprendre quelque chose.
And also,
mais quand on n'encadre pas ces talents-là et on ne valorise pas, ils perdent en motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I said use your 30 seconds.
You know, I like Innocent because the man is a poet. He likes to paint good images, you know, but he forgets that in order to arrive at that or those good images, you must do a lot of groundwork. There is no.
I ask you some question, I beg, and I want me to answer me in a very short, the simplest form possible. Do you think we get to produce good football before we sell JCs, or we get to encourage our community to buy JC, raise money for these clubs, so these clubs to actually acquire the best players, so they can produce good football?
No, you must produce good football before you actually sell your product.
Okay, man, make some point. And now they will fail.
Now they will fail. My explain, right?
Okay. If you explain for 45 seconds, we're glad. We'll almost.
Yeah, you guys have spent the whole time talking about the disunity between players, the football teams, coaches. There is no trust. Why is there a lack of trust? Because sometimes the owners of the football club, they use the money for different things. They don't. So why will a fan buy a jersey when they don't trust the team? They don't trust the ownership. They don't trust the players. In order to build that trust, you have to do so many things in order to build a trust. You have to make sure that transparency. You have to make sure if you have $1 and you say you're going to spend it on transportation or you're going to spend it on feeding the players, feed the players. Now, how will you build that trust? That's the question I'm answering.
Yeah, Edja, before you answer, I know say you guess until you want to talk for that point. My man point out say whether team they drop for Europe or not, will you see their stadiums be packed? Now because the supporter they don't understand say if we drop today, now because we'll not be buy the player, they will be need for buy them. Now whether will you drop? So my responsibility now will continue for finance the team. You understand? I understand the part where you talk about. My finish a true lion. I understand the part where you talk about transparency. But when we talk about Mankamon and Parker when forwarding, it was not about transparency. It was about his source of income cut short. You understand? When we talk about people that like Jalakwan, it was not about transparency. It was about his source of income cut short at one point in time. We talk already today about Victoria United Opopo. Would you fear say when Bob G go realize say the board he take plenty money from my company, it go leave them. Now the reason me I strongly believe say it be preferable for we for find way as communities for invest for our team them. Not invest because I know say we get the greedy set of persons away. Maybe if we invest they waste the money. Now the reason why we get for struggle put in place a structure also. Put in place a structure. Ma finish True Lion. So if we be struggle because guess what? If now public team and people no come for them for can play they married for them and my brother, so more chop money. You understand? If people come for them with them love way will be getting back in the days of football. The only two one see na PWD grow. The only two one see na Congo Strikers grow. So whether na my brother be president, if we realize he don't chop money, he go end up for jail. Whether na my mommy be secretary for wage, if we realize he waste money, he go end up for jail. That time, we the supporters were only two will get them. All the argument they come now because of that Mayu Palava. Me, I feel like as a supporter for PWD, as a supporter for Young Sport, as a supporter for Elect Sport, Victoria United, Canon, Kusiri Lions, or whatever. It should be an obligation for you to invest for the club. And then you make sure so you keep your eye on how they're spending the money. Now, the reason that way, if they not spend the money fine, we'll get a system where we replace the president. Except any team, now some personal team. Remember, we'll be talking about teams like PWG. We'll be talking about how some of these village team or the town team them can't run them. So why can't we come in with 10 or 20 million? Guess what? The people that were that city, if 5,000 people for that city, they buy JC every year for 2,500. It raises so much money where they feel run the team efficiently. You never tell me say a government delegate or mayor they vote and I vote them. So if this year the money do to it one time, the next year or the how many for election year, una vote it out and bring in another person. We go be transparent. So I don't think say so man will proof of we say get will be transparent before we start invest. No, we get to invest and then we'll start expect. Edge want talk something the way we face if you bid me.
Yeah, I want to talk about this JC thing. That in the case of Bamboo Tools Buddha.
Yeah.
If Bamboo Tools they feel show up that much,
yeah,
the stadium, that many people for stadium, I no feel say they go deny for buy my youth because they not trust the powers that be for the club.
Edge, I'm asking you a question. You think if they feel show up that way, they show up, president for that club to mess up with their money?
No, now the point where I try to talk say, I try to talk now for two like point say. I know that particular now just the approach on how they want to run the team, the marketing, something being missing for the marketing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Something being missing for the way they market their club. Because if they feel show up that way, they show up with everywhere they did. I'm not sure say they will get problem for buying JC because they not trust the people. My example for Chelsea. Since where these US people they buy over Chelsea, fans then they very discontented and very disappointed in the way they happen. They never stop them for watch match, for buy jerseys, or for buy anything. You understand? So sometimes
that's their culture.
Okay.
That's a culture that they have built for so long.
And that's the same thing we are saying. We're saying we have to make it a culture also. We cannot only continue to complain, expecting for individuals to come and invest. Or only expecting for this individual. At some point, it go heavy for them.
Trillion is making a valid point, but to an extent, it's not to an extent. It's making a valid point. People, I know look at that side for Mayo. I look at that side for buying shares. If I want to buy shares or I want to put some kind of money for club, where maybe the people the way they did for the forefront for the club, they highlight something them. Yes, I know put it on kind of money, but at the level of jersey, I don't think say that one a big issue. Now, so me I look at because maybe at this point they look at the 100 million. You know, look at the individual money we spend for buy the jersey. Now 2.5. I'm not sure the player going to put it 2.5 because of trust. Maybe you look and say the 100 million from the sales of jersey now be the problem. They look at the 2.5 where each person contribute. I know the person people they come up Bafusam, go Douala for go watch match, they spend 10,000, maybe sleep for hotel. So when you go past
how many people?
5,000 or 2.5.
Écoutez, j'ai pris l'exemple de Bambouto Siaman. J'ai pris l'exemple de Bambouto Siaman. Ce sont les supporters qui sont prêts pour le club. Ils achètent les maillots, les survêtements en milliers. En milliers. Donc, s'il y avait un club au Cameroun qui ne devait pas avoir les problèmes de financement, c'est Bambouto. Parce que ses fans achètent en milliers chaque année. Mais maintenant, ce que je dis, c'est que le président qui est là doit structurer. Vous comprenez? Doit structurer. Et au lieu que les gars partent acheter à Mokolo, qu'ils achètent directement au club et que ça donne l'argent au club parce que ces gars achètent les maillots, que vous le voulez ou pas.
I have a question for you. Is it not the same Bambouto that was involved in tough competition and they did not travel?
Yes.
So what are you talking about? So I mean,
okay. Chula, you might answer that question.
I think the Bambouto talk about. Sorry, not the Bambouto so today. I think time they watch Bambouto where they go match. I need to talk to today. Bambouto they pull that kind of crowd.
Chula, I think the way to I travel tongue no. Now, I understand you very well. It's frustrating when you guys they make the Jangi and then the people they only because buy my own daily in Jangi you come and Jangi you know ever chop. You only chop with the chop now the satisfaction the team will give you. But I think so with the copy team them around the world. With the one way team the copy tiki taka, one way team the copy all of this. More copy the mindset of fans them for clubs and two for Europe. Manchester United 0 in the past how many years? The people that still show up even when the blast player they see because they realize say not truly investment and like we generally talk put your more for salary and money day. If you need to buy JC. You need to pay a ticket, go watch games. Why you want to talk about these teams then? You understand? I think if I remember fine, I think Ejab don't come here with you name Ejab Malik don't come here with Young Sport Mayo or some local league Mayo. Even we were there for America here. This team them we get for encouragement a setup structure for way. Trust me, you get at least 2,000 to 3,000 Kuma picking for America where if you buy PWG Mayo for just buy and wear. If they buy them for $10, They buy
Yeah.
1,000 people buy now $10,000.
Yeah.
That's the money that we help
Exactly.
them.
And that's money.
We not really
Look
get
at-
for the book and say, oh, we go enrich now some man. After we don't make the investment, we actually structure things enough way we want accountability. We do have for PWD, do have for all. I remember there was a time that year where PWD win PWD Bamenda win league for Cameroon. They be send me a GoFundMe link for contribute money. I just feel like we don't get to that place where the same way we talk say, hey guys, we should start thinking about going to organize local leagues them. Not because say local leagues them Naigo must produce with that player them, but at least just the fact say this small intercated they happen one and a demarcation and a waiting. It happen for us. It keep the system running until when the structure will be in place. We'll never leave and say, okay, because the structure not there in place, we'll never organize in the quarter. And then when the structure there in place, we'll now struggle for no. We will continue to do the thing that we do until that system will be in place and then thing that will just work out. I want to wrap this show up very soon. We're there for 2 hours. Go ahead, True Lion.
Yeah, I mean,
Open line.
some of the things you guys are saying.
I forget for open line, man.
Open line.
Go ahead, True Lion. We'll open line
some
in
of the
for 10 minutes.
Some of the things you guys are saying are correct, right? But there has to be a structure. You know, if you build a house, you start for roof, then you forget foundation. There has to be a structure. I need to spend my money for play and not say transparency. No day. That's the way. If you look at the characteristics of
True Lion. Tu ne peux pas.
If you listen to the characteristics of consumers, you guys are calling Manchester United fans. If you look at the characteristics of consumers, they won't spend their money where they don't derive satisfaction, where there is no transparency. All these clubs you calling up transparency, and they do entertain. You watching a game, win or lose, is an entertainment. And if we don't have that structure, that culture, where the fan or the consumers actually relate to any organization, me, not because I come out Bismarck, where I gave supporting for Bismarck. I was supporting Union back in the days. You know, if as I say Union, their administration, their leadership, and all that, no be structured where money aligned for players is being sent to players. They are using money for different things. Someone is using to enrich themselves. I need to support that team. I need to buy anything for that team until they get their shit together and actually support them. That's the way.
Who brings the shit together? Who brings the shit together?
We'll get a caller. We'll get a caller. Beg me, take you. Allô?
Allô?
Yeah, bonjour frère.
Oui, bonjour. Je voudrais participer à votre émission.
Oui, vous avez 1 minute, s'il vous plaît.
Oui. Je ne sais pas si 1 minute sera suffisante, mais je vais essayer de me débrouiller avec.
Vous avez déjà utilisé 30 secondes, boss.
En fait, quand on écoute votre débat, vous avez presque tous le même point de vue.
Okay.
Que ce soit True Lion ou les deux autres. Mais le problème fondamental, c'est que True Lion confond une chose très importante. C'est qu'il confond le gouvernement à la politique gouvernementale. C'est-à-dire que la politique gouvernementale, ce n'est pas les individus. La FECAFOOT implémente la vision gouvernementale et sa politique. Mais True Lion veut que la FECAFOOT applique la politique du ministre des Sports, qui à ce moment n'est plus le gouvernement et un individu. C'est ça tout le problème. Parce que le sport en général, s'il n'y a pas de vision politique, ça ne peut pas s'en sortir. Et c'est là où je suis d'accord avec lui. Mais il confond la vision politique à la volonté d'un individu qui veut faire passer ses lois et ses règles. À l'exemple, notre ministre des Sports. Je vais prendre 2 exemples dans l'histoire. L'Espagne et la Grèce. L'Espagne a décidé que nous sommes un pays pauvre et on va se développer à partir du sport. Et ils ont investi depuis 1992 avec les Jeux Olympiques des milliards et des milliards d'euros. Et aujourd'hui, prenez l'histoire de l'Espagne. Entre 92 et 2025, tous les domaines de sport, on parle de l'Espagne. Parce que la volonté politique était le développement de la population. Ça s'est développé. Alors que le cas de la Grèce, avec l'organisation des Jeux Olympiques de 2004, c'était plutôt la corruption qui a fait en sorte que la Grèce a voulu montrer que non, c'est nous qui avons organisé les Jeux Olympiques, on va organiser le centenaire. Ils ont fait des investissements et ça ne sert à rien du tout. Et si la crise de la Grèce a atteint tous les niveaux, c'est parce qu'ils ont investi de l'argent pour organiser les Jeux Olympiques sans vision. Je dis bien sans vision, exactement comme au Cameroun. On veut développer le football. On n'appelle pas les acteurs de football. On commence à construire les stades sans demander l'avis des acteurs de football. Et on se retrouve là où on ne va nulle part.
La même chose. On recrute un entraîneur. On recrute un entraîneur sans demander.
C'est exactement ce que je suis en train de dire. Et là est la vision du football. C'est-à-dire que si on veut parler du développement du sport, on a le président de la FECA Volley qui a une vision du volley. On a le président de la FECA Foot qui a une vision du football. On a comme ça toutes les disciplines, ils ont des visions. Mais on a un homme qui prétend parler au nom du gouvernement, alors qu'il parle en son nom, il décide de tout torpiller parce qu'il veut se faire voir. Et ça ramène tout le football camerounais, ça ramène tout le sport camerounais dans les disparitions. C'est ça tout notre problème. Et je vais chuter en parlant d'un dernier point. Vous avez parlé des corpos et des gens qui ont investi. Ce que True Lion a parlé, il a cité l'exemple de la Tanzanie qui est bien organisée. Pour montrer que vous êtes seulement en train de vous combattre inutilement. La Tanzanie qui dit bien développée n'a rien foutu au niveau international. Est-ce qu'on va donc dire qu'ils n'ont rien fait? Ils ont organisé. Donc, ça veut dire que réussir au niveau international, ça ne veut rien dire. L'Écosse a un football professionnel. Les clubs écossais ne gagnent pas les compétitions, mais ça n'empêche pas à l'Écosse d'être bien organisé. Le football corpo a appauvri les sociétés. Parce que le football professionnel ne peut pas s'en sortir avec les sociétés. Le football professionnel s'en sort parce qu'il y a une vision, il y a une volonté. Et cette vision est soutenue et entretenue par le pouvoir politique. Pour ne pas prendre tout votre temps, voilà ma première intervention. J'espère revenir plus tard.
Yeah, dude, that was no, that was good contribution. I didn't see Edge have the smile. You want to talk something?
No, now you're clapping make me a smile.
Okay, we'll take another caller. I beg. Hello?
Oui, allô?
Yeah, bonjour.
Bonjour mon frère, est-ce que je peux intervenir?
Oui, vous avez le plateau.
Ok. Déjà, je vais me présenter.
Mm-hmm.
Moi, c'est Monsieur Api, je suis agent intermédiaire basé du côté de la Tunisie, je suis camerounais.
Ok.
Je viens d'entrer, j'ai feuilleté la page Facebook, je suis tombé sur un panel qui est très intéressant.
Mm-hmm.
Et du coup, je voulais donner ma part du point de vue.
Ok.
Déjà, je vais commencer par d'abord la situation du banc de touche de Lions Indomptables.
Mm-hmm.
Par rapport à l'adjoint du coach.
Mm-hmm.
Moi, mon simple avis, les gens ne comprennent pas le sens peut-être du président de la fédération de la FECA Foot.
Mm-hmm.
Aujourd'hui, on a un entraîneur qui est venu, il y a un groupe de personnes qui a amené l'entraîneur
Mm-hmm.
et qui a fait comprendre des choses à l'entraîneur, qui a mis l'entraîneur contre le président de la FECA Foot, qui est son patron.
Mm-hmm.
Vous voyez un peu, dans un contexte où l'entraîneur n'a jamais travaillé pour le Cameroun, mais comment se fait-il qu'un entraîneur qui arrive, comment déjà a dit comment le président de la fédération a échoué sur tel endroit, il a fait ceci, il a fait cela. Ça veut donc dire que c'est des gens qui l'amènent, qui lui font comprendre cela, premièrement. Et un entraîneur qui déjà s'assoit sur un banc de trucs, qui vient, il dit déjà que ses adjoints sont incompétents, qui sont camerounais. C'est une insulte, premièrement. Même si tu ne t'entends pas avec ton président de la fédération, respecte au moins ceux qui sont avec toi sur le banc de touche.
Ouais.
Déjà, vous travaillez ensemble, il y a des adjoints qui sont là, il y a ton assistant qui est venu avec, au moins donne la possibilité à lui de s'exprimer, de voir si sont compétents ou pas. Maintenant, tu fais des sorties pendant des interviews, tu traites ton président que ton président est contre toi, tu vas peur de ton président, la FECAFOOT te met les patrons dans les roues, et tu t'attends en sorte que le président de la fédération aussi serait, ou la FECAFOOT sera content. Pourtant, normalement, quand tu fais ce genre de déclaration, moi je pensais que quand il a fait ce genre de déclaration et qu'il rentre, le ministre, au moins, il devait le mettre à sa place, lui dire, ok, écoute, tu es venu, tu as dit, c'est nous qui devons amener, mais tu dois respecter la FECAFOOT. Tu vois? Et tant que le ministre ne le dit pas, ça veut donc dire qu'on donne le plein pouvoir de manquer de respect au président de la fédération, de manquer de respect à ses adjoints qui sont camerounais, ce qui n'est pas normal. Donc, moi, quand je vois un peu ce qui se passe entre le mois et tout, moi, je pense que le président de la fédération ne fait que se défendre. Ça veut dire quoi? Il a compris que, bon, tant que ce coach peut-être ne prend pas d'excuses, soit à ses adjoints, soit à nous, la FECAFOOT, on va mettre son assistant au gradin. Vous voyez un peu? Il y a une réunion d'éléments au ministère où l'entraîneur a demandé à sorte que qu'il puisse qu'on laisse travailler et tout. Moi, j'aurais voulu que le ministre des Sports prenne la parole ce jour et dise, ok, nous allons faire tout et tout, que ton adjoint puisse retrouver le bon. Nous allons parler avec ta hiérarchie qui l'a FECAFOOT. Mais, tu as eu à faire des déclarations qui n'ont pas été à sa place.
Mais pendant ces meetings même, le professeur Kouvono lui a dit que si tu veux ça, il faut aller à la FECAFOOT, pas au ministre.
Effectivement, c'est ça, je suis en train de dire. Pendant ce meeting, moi d'abord, je parle du ministre. Je pensais que le ministre pouvait dire ce jour, écoute, par rapport à ton adjoint, on a pris note. Nous allons parler avec la FECAFOOT qui est ta hiérarchie. Mais toi, tu as eu à faire une déclaration qui n'était pas normale. Tu parlais, on t'invite pour le tirage du sort, tu te mets devant la télévision, devant les radios et autres, tu déclares que le président de la FECAFOOT, que ton patron, est contre toi, est ton ennemi, que la FECAFOOT joue contre toi. Déjà, c'est une faute technique, c'est une faute très grave. C'est une faute très grave. Tu dis, on n'a pas peur des taux. Mais c'est une faute très grave. Et toi, quoi y voir avec la question que tu as posée? Ça n'a rien à y voir. Vous voyez les taux partout. Donc, déjà, ça veut donc dire, si le ministre ne l'a pas recadré, ça veut donc dire que, le ministre encourage cela. Vous voyez un peu? Et deuxièmement, pour moi, ça veut dire, c'est tout ça qui fait en sorte que la FECAFOOT essaie de dire, ok, comme tu as fait l'éducation, quand tu fais des belles choses, on va te montrer que c'est nous ta hiérarchie, c'est nous ton patron. Ton assistant doit être
à la gradin.
Tant que tu ne prends pas les excuses à ces adjoints qui sont camerounais, qui ont gagné, tant que tu ne prends pas les excuses au plan de la FECAFOOT, tu vas rester au gradin.
Merci, papa. Merci, frère, pour l'appel.
Non, il n'y a pas de souci.
Merci, mon frère. C'est exactement ce qu'on disait, que c'est un individu qui gâte le football.
Yeah, guys, the other person who wants to call, you can go ahead and call. I think the guy had that burning issue because we never even talk about that Palava binge today. But if he gets to a two-way, he won't really discuss them. You know, it only go for show that Cameroonians are paying attention. Cameroonians around the world are paying attention. And we really got about tango, so we even get a small platform. If you can't show up for you, we'll discuss these things. A pastime, especially. I don't know if we not get chance to do this every Saturday, maybe for morning. I know say I don't take too long on the 2 hours of the time. He go sorry me in a job. I'm so innocent, I'm a man. Yeah, guys, for those who want to call and make their contribution, especially for the topics we don't discuss on today, especially on okay, we'll take this call. Hello? 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 Yeah, you get me? Yeah, volume low. I don't know why. Yeah, volume really low. On a the hear
No.
No.
Yeah, me at the hear you, but it really fades. So I don't know. Maybe turn off the phone, turn and back on, and then call. Yeah, I really hope see some person the boss if you call a boss I beg come even hear your voice before we bring for shows on this. Shout out to every person who watch. Our brother Richmond, be dropped because on a CWT be the drive and then picking them for Bagmoto. When I know how they were country day tomorrow they feel use against you or something. So we need for. Hello. But it's still really faint. I don't know what it happen. Really, your voice really low. I mean, I'd even hear you now because I wear headset, so I don't even know. People they don't know where it's. I don't know how it happen. Yeah, now my phone number that was screen. I beg, Baba, just put the phone number of your phone, whether for WhatsApp. You call, or if you did America, if you call me directly, you make your contributions. Truly, what is our conclusion for today? The way forward to Cameroon football, because we already established back in the days, we had less infrastructure, but we had more productive players, more good players. It seems like the system was working. Because at the reason we'll get a result, we'll get over 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s. Nowadays, hello. Yeah, Baba is still low. On a the
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not only me at the you, the people them they need and Abuka wear headset. So it really low.
Maybe maybe probably get earbud too or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Baba, if you use headset or anything, disconnect them more than another earphone or any of that stuff them.
Yeah, there's some interference. Cannot even hear you.
Yeah, don't try to disconnect them. Besides any other person you want call, if you go ahead and call. So I've been trying to talk to you, we already established back in the days we had less infrastructure. But we get good players that will even get results internationally. And to an extent, we even say players they will benefit from their craft. We hear they sign people them Mukake them 10 million. We hear they sign people them for Kumbo, they sign people them player they be actually the chop, they be some way.
Yeah.
But now things they don't insert progress, football don't be looks more upon like a business. People they pump money, people get for pump money, people they pump money. I will not realize say we didn't get shoot, we not get good players, we need to really win for outside like we used to win. So I don't know, True Lion, maybe you reiterate again your way forward.
Yeah, I mean, most countries have stepped up, right? Football is now globalized. You see the Tanzanians, you see the Zimbabwe, you see. So now, instead of the Europeans actually just looking maybe at a few countries, right? They have a broader basin to choose from.
That's true.
Because many countries have progressed, they have modernized their infrastructure. Meanwhile, Cameroon has not modified their infrastructure because now you're saying we have more stadiums. But as the other guy called, second to last caller, he said we went and invested in football without asking advice from those who actually know how football is being developed. Which means we are actually throwing money into the drain. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, can you hear us?
It's very very faint. I can't even hear. I just know there's someone on the line that I can't pick anything the person is saying.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, confirm. Salon owner for sure.
Thank you, Baba. You want to make a small contribution?
Yeah, I want to make my small contribution in terms of the quality of players who will get right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know whether they way to go on, but for my thinking, like when I grow up, you know, most of the guys, and for example, I grew up in Bamenda, most of the guys, they play top. Those guys, they scout them from top.
Yeah.
I don't know whether top still exists. Most of the they get them from that young age. For top like when I grow up, or Amokachi them, Kongluju them, and the other guys they make like Grand Ajab way they for studio they the top now.
Yeah.
That person now I grow up, I go for Baile, go watch Intakati. I swear to God to read it. Lo Pro they play for Baile. I know some one first division team day for this present day Cameroon. if he face that team, low pro that time, even get draw with them. So the quality don't drop so bad. I don't know whether this top cup will not get again on a real way to be happen. Because if you go even the early 2000 Finasco A, even Casbah Mili GB team them, you go beat a lot of these first division team them.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I see how we get the talent, but I think the top cup team be important. So that we get talent, we still be young, like first you see they like 10 years, 11 years, that early age.
Yeah.
Then they take them like a quarter of, I don't think it's a quarter of full still there, no?
It did, but they don't change their structure now.
Yeah,
I think now they get a
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baba, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think say we need something like that. That kind of small competition where you pick guide them for that early age, you start work with them, guide a group for soccer.
Football, yeah.
Yeah.
I think say that was why Fika Food, one of the policy then I say, make every first division get a junior team. It gets some small team for honor. Now one of the things that they tell our president, they say, hey, you would give subvention, not only for you for put on for your team A. We need maybe get a small team within a school. But guess what? The president, they don't want that. They want to go and have a minister where go give them the money, they do anyhow they want to do. Another thing also is, like my brother Boseme talk, he suggests, we as individuals, we not only get to wait for Brazil, we can't do top cup. I feel say most of we do for place now where that top cup with Brazil we did do back in the days, if they be overspend, they probably spend like 300 or 500,000 per season, per year. You understand? We 3, 4, 5 persons, if we come together, we say, you know what, for Bamenda, we will do some small thing every year. Any man jogger will raise now 100,000 francs CFA. We do with 5 or with 10 every year. We make some 2 a day top cup for Bamenda. You realize say we not only do one for Bamenda, we do one for Bamenda, we do one for Nkambe, we do one for small villages them. For Wum, we do one for Kumbu. It not only been around level where top cup be there for Buya, and it be there for Moyoka, and it be there for Kumba. And it be there for Manfe. I don't know if it be there for any of for Nyasus, I don't know. But you realize for one region, you will get top cup not only for 4 towns. If we organize ourselves for small groups based on the small villages that will come out, you realize if we organize small top cup them for all that villages them every 3rd term, we will continue for excite that picking them. Because that is also very, very important. Maybe for just excite that picking them. For go back, go play. I don't know if any person gets into one contributor and wait till I just come up for talk.
Yeah, no,
May the caller finish and then una contributor. Yeah, Papa conclude.
Yeah, I'll just conclude. Yeah, no, wait, don't talk. It be right. I didn't say the absence of top of this room. You don't make we don't lose track for some small, some small disconnect. Don't come from there because all the players they want to know they play ball.
Yeah,
and from that age they start. That they springboard that.
Yeah.
The quality don't have a drop. Majority of the guys that they play first division now, I saw to God 10 years, 15 years ago, they don't even play even Elite 2. Even the top say the one they corner first division team. So the quality be right. Okay, I say 1-9 shade but the whole first division now. So if it go toe to toe,
nah. No one know where I was something else. Even from when we were young. For Brazil school, where I didn't even disappear up here. You see, you don't say he must score 2-3.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. I'll watch.
Wow, Baba, thank you very much. Who want to go first for intervene about what we talk? Chulayon.
Ok. Je voulais dire quelque chose très vite là sur le fait d'organiser les championnats pour détecter les joueurs. C'est une très bonne idée. On a dit ça dès le départ. Mais il faudrait qu'on comprenne que les coupes top, quand les brasseries organisaient les coupes top, c'était pour détecter les meilleurs joueurs partout là et les ramener dans leur centre de formation, c'est-à-dire aux brasseries, et les former, les structurer pour faire d'eux des joueurs professionnels. Bon, nous, à notre niveau, on va organiser, les enfants vont jouer, et on va voir on va scout, on va voir des bons joueurs, on va les sélectionner pour faire quoi? Quelle est la suite? Et c'est pour ça que je dis qu'il faudrait d'abord qu'on se donne une structure de suivi. C'est-à-dire, tu prends un enfant de 15 ans, tu l'as trouvé dans un quartier qui t'a ébloui de son talent. Qu'est-ce que tu fais de lui? C'est pour ça qu'on a besoin d'une structure. Vous comprenez? On a non seulement d'une politique de football, mais on a besoin des structures, de suivi. La brasserie était très intelligente, mais elle se faisait un nom à ce moment-là en organisant les coupes top. Elle prenait les joueurs dans les quartiers, partait former et ils revendaient les joueurs. C'était une stratégie. Maintenant, la brasserie a eu le nom qu'elle a eu. Elle n'a même plus besoin d'organiser les coupes top pour qu'on vienne leur proposer les joueurs. On dit que non, on a vu un petit dans un quartier comme ça là. Ils dépensent moins, mais ils ont toujours les bons joueurs. Regardez la sélection U17 qu'il y a au Maroc actuellement. La plupart des joueurs viennent des brasseries. Vous comprenez? Donc, il faut une structure, il faut une stratégie bien élaborée. On va organiser les championnats, d'accord. On va organiser et la suite, on fait comment? Il faut qu'on réfléchisse à tout cela pour prendre les enfants et les faire grandir, les faire maturer et remettre un enfant dans le monde professionnel qui est mature, qui est prêt physiquement, qui est prêt tactiquement, qui est prêt psychologiquement pour affronter ce monde-là. Donc, c'est la structure qu'il nous faut. D'abord, sinon pour la matière première, on a les enfants. Les talents naissent chaque jour. Chaque jour. Mais travaillons sur la structure. Ou bien quand je dis travaillons, donnons nos idées, que nos dirigeants nous comprennent. Vous comprenez? Si à notre niveau même, on veut organiser ça, travaillons sur le fait que non. Après, il faudrait qu'on ait une école agréée qui va les former, qui va les encadrer, les faire grandir, passer de sélection de catégorie en catégorie, jusqu'à ce qu'ils arrivent à la catégorie mature, qu'ils aient toute la formation, tout l'encadrement et toute la préparation pour être actifs dans le monde professionnel.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Baba, we get you very well. You want to make some more contribution?
Yes.
Go ahead, Baba.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute True Lion. Yes. Okay, for start with, just my first salute my people the other day with you for panel, the Ajab and True Lion.
Yeah.
Where I know them.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to address some point where True Lion the make them continuously on his own show, 1905, where I follow him closely, and also we that make them for you concerning the waste of money for build the infrastructure the way they build them for host Nations Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want let it know say I not consider them as a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Government do what we be supposed to do, because when it comes to development of football, the problem we face now the structure, the political structure of our country where everything be centralized for Yaoundé. The community feel them where when they talk say they get for get them. Not be from Yaoundé they get for build that field them.
Wow.
If we get a federal system or a properly decentralized system, that counts to them for the build that local field them. The field them where they day for dollars the way True Lion they play around it. Not from Washington DC that they make decisions on whether that field they will exist or not.
That's
and
true.
the local community that they put that field them in place for help picking them around that area for be active and for participate in sports. But the point I say for we the talks will get a decentralized system, but nothing not be decentralized because even for build that small community field, the decision get for come from Yaoundé.
Yaoundé.
That's
Wow.
the first point. That the second point. Now say if you feel like say we go build big stadium, 50,000, 60,000, we will not feel maintain them. I want just remind you say Reunification Stadium and Amadou Ayijo Stadium for Yaoundé, they build that stadium for host 1972 Nations Cup.
Yeah.
For Reunification Stadium, time where they build them, population for Douala not be up to 1 million. And that stadium at the time, I think about 30,000
Capacity.
for now sitting capacity. So how you feel explain for me, say, more than 50 years later, if we want to construct a stadium, we're supposed to construct a stadium where it be less than 30,000 because you say we want manager. It not will make sense when the population of Douala, they now over 5 million. So I don't think say there is a problem with those infrastructure. The problem I say they need to gear them to the right people there for manage the stadium. For manage that stadium, them not be rocket science. I won't believe say if they gear them for people the way they be get good intention, they will return a profit every year from those stadiums. Today, they need to still build stadium, them call them, say, reunification or Misport Stadium. When they give stadium, then you get a naming, this thing where they go into place where they find people that give money and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I go for them now,
Yeah.
they give me stadium for day, I go see MTN, Orange, some people, Dangote, Brazeris. I tell them, say, when I give me 200 million, 5 years, this stadium will be Brazeris Stadium or Dangote Stadium. I will use that money for maintain that stadium. All I need for do, the most important part of the stadium that is turf. I just need to find some person where you get expertise. I take some of that money, I tell you, say, at all points in time, I want to see this turf green. If not, I cancel the contract, find different person. And the stadium will be properly maintained. And people that will play good football on them. And then now the small money we will get them from the games the way that you organize them. We will record a certain percentage, maybe for pay for cleaning around and inside the stadium, and the thing will be properly run. So I don't think, say, a waste of money for get that infrastructure. Now, just say, as some person talked the last time we were on here, we get some people then way, always the one that make money come out from the state. And when it come out from the state, they get control over that money and they know how for siphon the funds, do different things with.
Yeah.
Coming to the management of our football teams, I joined Una late today, but I think say Una be going in the direction of may we go back to what we'll be doing in the past. I think say that model of managing football can pass. Enough he apply today. That's companies and so on. Football today already agrees in a business.
Yeah.
And so if we want make we football succeed, we get for make sure say people the way they get a business mind, they can run teams and they get team and then get the team them. We not forget people the way their objective now for feed on money from football, but without compensating the people the way now actually the actors of football.
That's true.
When I think we agree with President for FECAFOOT, you know, we'll see like simple things and for the way they fit do. If you get team season one start, you get for proof so you fit take a team from first day to the last day.
Yeah.
The reason they why Bordeaux didn't for third division for France. Bordeaux no go, they not send Bordeaux for third division that just because they want to send them, because they don't get funds for proof so they go through the season, so they relegate them.
Wow.
So you get people that they can't talk to they be president for team and then they rely on government, they work at the one boycott team, say government no one give them subvention. No, it's not
So ask you some question. You think say it will be a fair thing for FECAFOOT every beginning of season? Before the season why even starts, you present your budget and that budget is shows you this, so if you go through the season before they even allow you for start season, you think it will be a good trade?
Yes, it will be a good thing. And even if it means at the end of the day, we get only 10
10 teams. The way they be capable.
It will be better than forget 16, 18 teams and then we are not the pay player them.
And then yeah.
It will reduce on the quality of the football when they need the pay player then. Because join with they talk about some person go work for Tollgate. No. Football now a profession. It's not there like back in our childhood where football not be considered a profession.
Yeah.
Where you begin work for some maybe for highways as a job talk, then you play football now just like part time. No, football now a profession where you go work every day, you get for go train, come back rest and so on. So you don't go to do that one after the Thursday go stand for Tollgate. You're supposed to rest.
That's true.
If you be professional footballer who wants to succeed by maybe 9 p.m. you're supposed to now really take for pet me and muscles recover and so on. So we think you come out go one night shift and then we can go training and then you expect for perform.
Chula may finish now. You will be the first person over here because go ahead, boss. Conclude.
Yeah. So for just conclude, I think I would conclude by saying I appreciate Una platform. I like them because it be very, very constructive and informative. And I think so that until we'll get for continue to do so that people the way that they run football back home, they get an idea of which way running football mean. Opportunity then they for raise funds, they don't need any money from government. People as we talk about selling jerseys here, sponsorship, they wait only the one way FECAFOOT then go find them. I don't know what it is stop them for go find their own personal sponsors them for can run their team. And the only reason why it will work now because there is no clarity in finance. And for I go agree with True Lion. People they not be clear with their finances. No man want to put in money for something where you don't know what will happen for them. So now all that I want chipping at the moment, I will come back if get everything for.
Boss, thank you very much, man. One of the course, it makes us feel so happy. And now the family that would struggle for being for year. From time to time, just have these conversations about football and see how we grow. Thank you. More give them a True Lion chance for respond to you.
I think most of us are only seeing the bigger picture, finished product. What Ajab said about working at the toll gate, that is how companies like our football is not even professional, it's like semi-professional or amateur. So in many leagues, even in Europe and all that, South America, where you have a semi-professional league and all that, in America, sometimes players have to sustain themselves by working other jobs and still playing football. So there's nothing wrong with someone actually, let's say, if Meme Works, right? They were supporting PWD Kumba. While you are a player, they say, okay, come and sign with us, Meme Works. You play football, we'll pay you for that. You have a part-time job where you can work on Meme Works. So that gives you a blanket, a comfort blanket where you know that even without football, if you get injured, you still have a job. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me take another point where he talked about the stadiums. And I will keep saying that. The second to last caller, the guy was speaking in French, that talked about if you don't have a good politics, if you don't have a standard on how you want to promote your football, on where you put, because this big micro, it's not even a micro project, right? These big projects where you spend billions, because Cameroon is still owing lots of money on these stadiums. Yet we see Japoma. How many times have Japoma been used? How many times has the stadium in Limbe been used? Or Limbe? How many times have they been used? Those structures, if you don't maintain them, guess what? When you want to start to play football again on those stadiums, you still have to spend millions. So you are bankrupt already. You build these stadiums. No one is using for the past 4 or 5 years. We don't see games there. We don't see concerts in these stadiums. So how is that a good financial? How is that sustainable? It's not sustainable. So when you put the cart before the horse, it's a failed project.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so, Baba, thank you. More take the caller. More take the caller, beg.
Okay.
Yeah, the caller will be called way Amandi, where will be getting faintly. May call back at the travel corner so because the problem didn't for me, name never end.
Okay.
Okay.
Arise Network.
Yes.
Ok, je voulais dire ceci par rapport à. C'est ce qu'on disait.
Il est on now getting. Hello?
Mito.
Yeah, you get me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make your contribution, Baba.
Yeah, I want to make a quick contribution. First of all, great show. I think all the contributions today don't really be amazing. I want comments more about that issue for Jesse. I don't go past them long, but would you emphasize for those who need to watch? Wait to make you a true fan of a football club. At least now very few ways and if you support your club. Where JC attend club games. Yeah, JC will get time now go for the public say no, you truly be a participant. You wait to go up for those clubs. Without JC, you never talk say you participate for the running of a club. We'll quote example. Great men level you to follow a Man U the way they give for heartbreak here and there, but fans they need is relent from wearing JC.
Yeah.
And all of that. So I think JC now until where every fan get forget. And secondly, we have to also understand the way team. The way football be run in the past, like I think what the last caller come up for talk, some of those things don't be applicable for a modern day. About the year we talk about things like Top Cup, yes, those were strategies that worked in that era. Now, even if Top Cup no day, there were other things just like you will suggest 3, 4, 5 people if we come together and say, okay, one detect talent. And now me not just being say they want do enough for help. Everything will be done for football now must go with business mindset. If you enter some community you want to organize maybe competition for the detect talent, even though on a road that way we need to see direction technique national they really plan, but they begin to be actively involved, but we need to see them over. But now if we go so one go develop some talent with some community, what should be the objective behind that? Because I be always the do top community job because the one do for charity, they be define player they go sell. So everything we want to do is go business. Say, okay, now business. Why? If we don't have in business, they bring a lot of seriousness inside, both on your part where you initiate the program, and those where they can participate. So that may be sustainable. So I think say people get start think say football naturally get money. We talk about and we need to also discuss sometimes how much money they inside female footballers. If you get on like 2 or 3 female footballers where they really be good, how much if you make them if you succeed to take them out of Cameroon. So those way they want to invest in football, calculate the business prospect of it, especially if you don't want to enter maybe elite levels of maybe elite 1, elite 2, you want to just do it as a business. You get a lot, but you also get to do a lot of investment. Thirdly, Cameroon football they go through a phase. I want you to talk the one quickly. I mean, we don't talk this now for more than 1 year. I always talk and say in our community, when you test on lies, so many times that lie will become true because people they believe say once you insist on a narrative, they go one thing say something they will be truth about this issue. The whole issue with the face of our football now, it get one root cause. No matter the cosmetic solution the world want bring, if we not go back go address that one root cause we be say someone took upon themselves the road to appoint a coach where they not get the jurisdiction for do am. If we not go back go address that one thing, every other thing we talk about just be secondary. And we'll see until we try 1 or 2 cosmetic solutions, but it not go ever work. Because when you build something on force, we need to stand. So make Cameroon they understand. Fourthly, so at some debate the way it don't decline now about Vincent Aboubakar 44, 48 goals. Now, some people they push a narrative say he scored 48, say maybe if a couple percent they try for we just go. Would they in the digital era? Aboubakar came for national team for 2009. I think say if some person come out with a goal compilation, they won't know the number of goals, especially national television, because some they don't know put out a post where they according to their research, they line up all Aboubakar goals and the opponents the way he score against. Some people don't kind of argue under the comment section say they the one we just go, but it be impossible. Statistics need the lie. Maybe they fit detect the game where the guy miss in the post where Aboubakar maybe score those extra goals, or at least make national television do a goal compilation for Aboubakar goals, and so that more avoid because people they do it they go see things it be possible for reduce my goal, but you know they possible actually just
sorry
how our community be people they go see the calculate say oh they will reduce Percy go, but Aboubakar entered the team would already entered a digital era where all the games they be covered. So I just think say a good show that the contribution that I want make to them.
Wow, Baba, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I really like the point about Jay-Z's, and I want to emphasize say Jay-Z not only for you for go support team when they play for fee. Jay-Z now for you for go advertise the team also for people that they don't even know about the team. Take for instance a Toride shirt. I'm planning to send one to my brother Ejab. When you go wear them for Toride, you will show say wear Toride shirt. Now when you wear them go for shopping mall or for work or for website, it actually advertise the brand. Now the same mindset that we forget about Jay-Z. Now the reason that we talk say you get to buy Jay-Z even if wait till it happen. Just buy the Jay-Z when I go for workplace. Your co-worker will Google them when they ask you.
Yeah.
You understand? So you know the only way Jay-Z buy Jay-Z now because you want go watch game. You did buy Jay-Z because every time you wear the Jay-Z, you represent the club. You're actually speaking for the club in a very subtle but deep way. I want to conclude. We already do 3 hours.
Yeah, just one thing I want to talk about Adam that Jesse facts. Cameroon, a few say I watch football a lot for Cameroon. I come out Cameroon and I still follow up football a lot for Cameroon. A lot of people feel say when they go pay gate fee for watch game, they support club. You go have to entertain yourself. So man can't stand the test on player say you know one play ball with the support owner. The way you go pay gate fee to entertain yourself. You feel say you support the player by paying gate fee. No, you entertain yourself. Use that money, that 500 gate fee, pay, get like contribution for the club, then stay for house, not watch the game. Then if you make a point, they don't go pay gate fee for entertain yourself, then then she don't insult some player. So they suffer every day, can't help
That's
una
the point.
team. No. That's something that Banjo make the point that Banjo make. But in conclusion, it's been a fantastic show this Saturday morning. I look forward to more of such shows. If I have the time, I'll always come. And then, like we talk, the way forward, football success or development is not all about your national team winning games. Football has to start like True Lion talk. You know, the B house start for roof, right? Or you know, go buy stand, start more blocks. We not get plot for build. You know, yeah. So
More take the caller and then.
Okay. Allô?
Oui, allô, monsieur Emile. Oui, salut. Tu voulais faire une petite contribution?
Oui, je voulais faire un peu. Je ne sais pas si je suis déjà hors sujet, mais bon, je vais essayer.
Oui.
Oui, en fait, par rapport à. J'aimerais un tout petit peu épouser l'idée que Innocent il était en train d'expliquer tout à l'heure. En fait, c'est au-delà des problèmes d'infrastructure, c'est un problème d'organisation. Tu vois? J'ai un peu la chance d'être ici en Suisse et voir un peu comment ça se passe. Et ils font ce qu'ils appellent un tout petit peu du benchmark. Le benchmark, c'est une façon de voir comment les autres font et regarder ce qui peut être adaptable dans notre contexte, en fait. Et faire un tout petit peu un système de SWOT. Prendre un peu les avantages, inconvénients, qu'est-ce qu'il faut améliorer, en fait. Parce qu'il s'agit d'une gestion humaine. Il s'agit d'une gestion des carrières des hommes. Donc, de la gestion des vies des gens. La détection, c'est bien. Trouver des installations où ils vont évoluer, et après. Donc, quand un parent vient laisser peut-être son enfant faire des essais, des tests et tout, qu'il soit en mesure de trouver quelque chose de solide, en fait. Quelque chose qui réponde aux attentes. Bon, OK. Et c'est ça, cette idée qui va, c'est cette idée qui va impulser maintenant le projet, en fait, et le développement du projet, en fait, si je peux dire ainsi. Donc, il faut que les gens sentent que ce qui est fait pour l'intérêt d'une construction solide, de quelque chose de sérieux. Et le football, c'est, bon, au-delà de l'investissement, c'est quelque chose qui, les autres ont compris ça au niveau des pays occidentaux. C'est pourquoi tu vois généralement, on prend un jeune talent qui a été formé dans des pays, hors zone Europe, ils remettent dans leur centre de formation, en fait, parce que c'est quelque chose qui va faire une plus-value. Donc, ça veut dire c'est quelque chose qu'ils ont pensé depuis très longtemps. Ce qui fait pour que le contrat soit un peu plus honorifique, il faut qu'il passe par là. Donc, comment on doit avoir une politique qui peut élaborer que, bon, les gars, parce qu'un joueur que tu prends peut-être à 20 millions d'euros, plus tard, il peut te coûter 80 millions d'euros. Je prends un peu un exemple comme ça. Mais parce qu'il est passé par la formation et tout, donc c'est comme ça, c'est une politique, c'est une façon de voir, une façon de faire, en quelque sorte. C'est un peu l'idée que je voulais dire. Donc c'est beaucoup plus avoir un projet fiable qui tient la route, en fait.
Merci beaucoup, M. Emile.
Baba, thank you very much, man.
OK, pas de souci. Bonne soirée à tout le monde.
OK, Baba.
Merci. Revenez plus souvent, s'il vous plaît.
He was always there. I think we had one other caller who was wanting to make maybe one last contribution. We'll just listen and then maybe we'll get like 7 minutes. Hello, boss.
Yeah.
You call back. You did take 1 minute for stretching something again.
Yeah, I want to just address True Lion reaction to my contribution.
Okay.
I think say maybe get the point where I make. I start by talking say now the political structure of where country with the problem. When you go for Cameroon, you get quarter road them, and that quarter road them the responsibility of local councils. When it comes to the highway, now the responsibility of the central government at the top. And now the same thing with stadium them and football pitches them.
Yeah.
When it comes to that small community field and that small field them where maybe 10,000, 5,000 sit at them, now local council their responsibility. But when it comes now to our national stadiums, we will host national events like Japoma, Olimbe.
Yeah.
Now the central government for up there. And when you reconstruct that kind of stadium then, you need to construct and like the construction a small community stadium. So it's not a waste of money.
Okay.
At the point that why they make them.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you want construction, they follow a certain code. When you want to construct a stadium, you look the population and the town that they are around. So this stadium will serve now how many people there? You know, if you go for place where population for town are 500,000, you go construct 50,000 seaters there, you know, it make sense. But if you come for Douala 2025, you want to construct stadium. You go look at the population for Douala, you know, so okay, this thing at the constructor, now long-term thing. Not be stadium, not be something if you don't wake up today or tomorrow, so you put a new one in place.
Yeah.
So you put this thing, you say this thing get for serve with for the next
50, 70 years.
30, 40 years and so on. And why that they get for bill and so you know feel the toxin a waste of money. So there is a difference between those who have been given the responsibility to manage the infrastructure doing a bad job and saying it is a bad project. No, it is not a bad project. It's just that they have not given it to the right people to do the management. That's why I'm giving it to the right persons. That's those stadiums will be turning profit in year out. But of course, we know our country, it has to be given to my cousin, to my brother, to my wife, and then we sit and complain that it's a waste of money. No, it's not a waste of money.
No, and
that is the point I was making. And so I just want to conclude with an analogy. We struggle with our reference hospitals. You don't go for any of those reference hospitals, general hospitals, and see how poorly managed they be.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of we go argue, say, we don't need for do reference hospitals. We're supposed to do a small health centers that will manage easily. No, that stadium they be necessary. Cameroon is a football country, a major power. If we want to play major games, then we're not only playing for 15 to 20,000.
Yes, that's a very good point. Because I watch young Africans versus Simba for Tanzania. If you see the play they play, the population now so Cotton Canon or Cotton Colomb supposed to be. So I buy the idea.
Yeah, boss, it make it. I think it don't clarify for me. Even me, I will stop for Toxi. It was a waste because at the end of the day, we know one. We deal with 2025 now, but you never know. Maybe in 20 years we go organize World Cup. At that time we will start thinking so one big stadium again.
Well, not even World Cup, Junior World Cup. Nigeria was Junior World Cup.
Let's talk about major competition. Yeah, major competition. At that time we will think say one star build stadium. On the contrary, we would think that okay, we'll add 1 or 2 again, and then we actually host. Boss, thank you very, very much for that contribution. You don't clarify a lot of things here.
You're welcome. I think I don't clarify my point. And besides, just for art before I drop this stadium day for day, even the people where they get the responsibility for manager, country then they around where they know big stadium. Central Africa start the play now for Douala Day.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Central African Republic don't carry a game, then they go out for Cote d'Ivoire. But where they didn't hear with it, just because the stadium they be poorly run. Chad they can't play now for Cameroon. Now Chad they construct his own stadium. So now the people then where they give them the responsibility for managing and they do a poor job, not be say the stadium then a bad investment.
Wow.
But Bepanda developed na time where they construct reunification stadium for day. So when they don't put that stadium for Japoma, in 5-10 years, when you go for day, you will see how town would then develop, go for that side. So for me, it was a necessary project. It is important. It's just that the wrong people are managing it, and it's giving the impression that it was a waste of money. It's not a waste of money. So thank you again.
Wow. Thank you very, very much, man.
I think we truly on the try for me that say Cameroon for prioritize developing the grassroots football over hosting the Nations Cup. I think maybe at the point that way truly on try for
yeah, I went now based on that way he to the talk say no. He feel like the project was necessary. You understand? And trust me, we should not wear the talk say more prioritize grassroots football. I think say it told already present projects them. For instance, like the one say, make all first division club get junior team. Instead of minister for align for a back, say, yeah, now so you get for B, if we not get, I want to give another subvention money. What are they doing? They're going behind his back to go have a meeting with them to see how they can still give them the money, even if they don't structure themselves. So like the caller talk, the problem I say all the project they are probably already there or they make sense, but now the persons they get for run or manage the project them, now they mess up.
That's true, because on paper, Cameroon get the best projects for the world on paper. But, yeah, how to administer the project might be the problem. No, on paper, Cameroon get the best and almost the best everything. Yeah, that's a fact.
Everything on paper, yeah.
Conclude more, finish.
Yeah, so no, I've not read on say, yeah, it's been a great
Again,
show. It's been a great show, lots of contributions, and at least this one will really be, at least I'm glad to maybe from the time I joined to the time will end. Nasako, blast Abubakar, blast Onana, blast Magdi. So that so
no, to be honest, I just get frustrated sometimes, and it depends. It depends on the topic they address. I'm right. We actually address now. Now what I hear my feeling talking that Mark Bristy said no even be important. I'm going to talk about our football development and the ideas when I pour out and all of that is just wonderful. By the way, someone post some comment where I don't want to find and paste them. I hope we read them. They say you need to write book. So I don't know if you're thinking about that.
Senior man Gustav. He writes something about go read about. Yeah. Maybe I'll reach out to him if he
if the brother please write a book on this football history. It is very, very important. Now, part of which we to read it actually try to do, but it never ever be enough. You understand? Because for years, now mostly me, I will bring the topics, now mostly me, I regulate the conversation. But if you want to do them in a book or as a documentary or whatever, trust me, it will be very structured, it will be very organized, and it will benefit what picking them, especially because for history purposes. Now, one of the things in that way, our community not get them. If you fall for years, so bam, na encyclopedia that I don't carry and go.
Yeah,
so I think, me, I actually support the idea. Start thinking about and talk with you.
I'll reach out to him. I know say Cameroon football this so most of the things the way you the talker, me and the talker, fully and the talker, I know say the talker. If you type Google, you know see him.
You know see him.
And those of things they will be witness Sam. You the type of remember and record. Yeah. Cameroon football no get so archive. So if you go, they go pull some information. Say okay. Just talk about the Donatien.
Yeah.
And Diamant, if you go type Diamant Yaoundé now, maybe you'll tell you about some Diamant Yaoundé Cameroon Cup final. Really give you say Diamant was this, So yeah, but yeah, so I'll reach out to the senior man, maybe if he guide me or help me.
Remember also say another thing also our character and how do you call it? Loyalty. It don't start a shift narrative.
Yes.
You understand? So we need honest people like you, sincere people like you for document what be happening in the past, so the beginning will come after. They will actually read from someone who is honest and things like that. If not be so, we'll get some person where you go and paint a picture about it to feast, it will be horrible. You get some one paint a picture about Jamamba, you'll be like, whoa, when because you hate Canon or you hate Jamamba. So think about them. Innocent, what will be our conclusion about show for today?
Innocent.
On a parlé sur beaucoup de choses là. On a parlé sur beaucoup de choses. Oui, ma connexion elle est un peu dérangée. Je ne sais pas si vous m'écoutez maintenant.
Yeah, we'll get you now.
On a parlé sur beaucoup de choses. Vous savez, on va conclure en disant qu'il faudrait que on laisse la fédération qui développe la politique du football, qui a la vision pour le football, qu'on la laisse travailler. Et que ceux qui sont à la fédération nous développent. Je pense qu'ils ont présenté un programme qui présentait ces orientations-là. Nous développons une politique du football et une structure, l'environnement du football au Cameroun. Donc, et que nos présidents de clubs là, qui attendent les subventions pour vivre, il faudrait qu'ils cherchent à développer le merchandising, à développer la vente des produits de leur club, à développer une stratégie marketing qui va leur apporter de l'argent, à signer des partenariats, à chercher à rentabiliser le club en vendant même des actions. Donc, et pour les compagnies ou bien pour la gestion du stade, je pense qu'il faut changer ceux qui dirigent l'ONIES parce que c'est eux qui sont en charge des infrastructures. parce qu'ils n'ont aucune vision, ils ne présentent rien. Ça fait peut-être 3 ans déjà qu'ils ont les infrastructures en main et ils ne les utilisent pas bien. On avait les équipes qui venaient jouer, maintenant qui préfèrent aller jouer ailleurs. Donc, ça prouve qu'il y a une administration un peu difficile et un peu, je vais dire, illisible. Donc, et à nous autres, qu'on continue de donner nos idées, nos contributions comme ça, ces gens-là nous écoutent, ils nous regardent et ils vont piquer 2 ou 3 idées que nous allons développer ici. Et peut-être ça va faire avancer le football, que chacun apporte sa pierre à l'édifice et qu'on remette le joueur au centre le joueur au centre de l'activité du football.
Guys, man, thank you very, very much for today. I think it was wonderful.
Merci de nous faire la.
Okay, I think my brother in network was small, but thank you very, very much, everyone, for the show. Go ahead, and if we did something that did not make sense, something you did not like, something you did not agree with, if you contact us personally, or you feel comment section or reach any one of us. Like I said earlier, my brother Ejab get a wonderful platform. We always share these wonderful ideas there. I hope you'll invite me someday for Talk Football for D.
For sure.
The name for the platform now are Bakpa Sports Talk. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on YouTube. I was there all night and I was just like, wow. My brother and he get the own platform when Rice Network doing wonderfully well. My brother he get his own platform in a 90 in 5. And we get many other platforms in football entertainment, Kosi Food Talk, and all of this. If there is one other thing we need to do in 2025 is to empower all these platforms. So that way we'll get media where they talk about football plenty. For we will the Canada and we will the America. I hope say one of we, or we will the pass for the platform then. One of we will get some BB contract where they can do welcome the campus. She don't have a more professional stadium and analyze football and this and that. And I'm sure it will happen. Definitely it will happen. So, Baba, thank you again very much. Guys, for those who watch, thank you very much. Go ahead and share. If we say you want to talk something innocent, okay.
Non, juste dire merci beaucoup, qui partagent, qui commentent et qui continuent à donner leur contribution. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, guys, go ahead and
thank you, everyone. Yep, happy Saturday.
I'm talking French. That French sweet.
I said merci beaucoup. Happy Saturday.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much, man. This was a wonderful show. We'll continue to do this because we have love for the game. We have love for the community. We just want to see things get better. We just want to make sure when we are not here, our kids will look back at what we did and be like, oh, thank God to Papa that we do all these things. Now they make we prosper today. Thank you now.
Okay, perfect.